Technology. I'm from Biotechnology Engineering.
And I'm Komal Kakkar from Computer Engineering Department. Leaving school means stepping out of the world you knew and entering one full of possibilities. College isn't just the next academic step, it's where you find your voice, shape your passions, and begin writing your own story. Here, learning goes beyond books. It happens in group projects, late night hostel talks, cultural nights, and even those presentations you'll someday laugh about. Here, you'll meet people from different cities, cultures, and perspectives. Some will become your closest friends, some your greatest challenges, and all of them will shape you in ways you don't yet realize. And all of these unfolds in a place you will soon call your second home. Thapar is one of India's leading institutions for higher education. With a legacy spanning over 6 decades, Thapar has consistently been at the forefront of academic excellence, research innovation, and industrial collaboration. Located in the heart of Patiala, TIT offers a vibrant campus life, innovative infrastructure, and a curriculum that blends deep technical knowledge with real world application. At Thapar, education goes beyond textbooks. It's about seeking excellence together. Here, your dreams are not just welcomed, they are equipped, nurtured, and launched.
Today, we are deeply honored to be joined by distinguished members of our academic leadership and senior faculty who are here to inspire, guide, and empower as you all begin this remarkable path. We begin with a special address by our Honorable Vice Chancellor, Professor Padma Kumar Nair, who will share the vision and values that define TIT's legacy of excellence. As Vice Chancellor, Professor Nair serves as the Principal Executive and Academic Officer at TIT. He is an accomplished scholar and professor whose academic journey spans across some of the world's most prestigious institutions. He holds a PhD from the University of Twente in the Netherlands, a Doctor of Engineering degree from the University of Tokyo, Japan, an MBA from Herod Ward University in the UK, and an MTech in Metallurgical Engineering from IIT Kharagpur, India. His career is an inspiring blend of academic brilliance, research, leadership, and global exposure. He aims to help build and lead sustainable businesses while nurturing innovative entrepreneurs that can create positive impact in the world. At TIT, Professor Nair is guiding a future towards academic innovation and societal impact, empowering students to not just build careers but to lead transformational change in the world. Let's welcome Dr. Nair with a resounding round of applause.
Good morning. Can we make it stronger? Good morning. Good morning. Wonderful. So you know my name. My name is Padma Kumar Nair. And yesterday I was flying back from Delhi to Chandigarh. Somebody asked me, who are you? Basically, in India, we always want to know what the other person would do. We are always defined by what we do. I said, I'm a grandfather of 63 years old. So that's my identity, and that's not going to go away. This job, after a few years, I'll be doing something else, or I might retire, or I might go somewhere else and do something else. But there is only one full-time job in the world. You know what is that? Not to be a grandfather. There's only one full-time job in the world. You know what is that? To be human. That's the only full-time job in the world. You can be this, you can be that, you can be a vice chancellor, president, prime minister, whatever. But there's only one full-time job. And one more thing. Most probably, in about 100 to 110 years, we can be more or less certain that none of the people you see today are going to be there on earth. Fair statement? And we have a limited time between two important incidents, two important events in life. We have make sure that we will do our best and leave this place as a better place. Also remember, we can be quite frustrated, worried, unhappy. I wanted to do this, or I wanted to do computer science at one of those IITs, or you study something else somewhere else. You can be frustrated and keep thinking about it, or you can make the best use of what you have now and shape it from there. Please do not forget that the head of Google, Sundar Pichai, he did not study computer science, right? He studied material science. So it doesn't matter. And also in the world of AI, what is most important is your ability to think holistically. A mindset of systems thinking, a starting point of compassion and empathy, and an ability to look at problems critically and being able to reframe problems so that you can find interesting solutions for complex problems. And also remember, if a problem is complex and worth solving, solutions are rarely the ultimate solutions. Solutions are an opportunity for finding a better solution. Seeking excellence together, today and every day. So the idea of seeking excellence, we will touch upon that during the course of this short presentation. The idea of seeking excellence is developing a mindset of wanting to do it better than before. Out of my passion, I forgot, I wanted to actually start with an apology to all of you, because it's not that easy, even if you are waiting for 2 or 3 minutes more. It's not that easy to wait. And also, the weather is not that, of course, it's not that hot. So the question is, what is the starting point of seeking excellence? The starting point of seeking excellence is empathy and compassion. Just reflect on what we do every day. Of course, you prepared for your day, you prepared for many other things. Mostly what we do is to create something for others. For some of you, even preparing for JEEs, you did something for others, for your parents and your family. They want to be proud, they want you to study computer science, you want to study something else, but they force you to study. So mostly what we do is to learn, create, and help. Help whom? Help others. Starting point is compassion and empathy. If you can think about other people's feeling and you can feel with them, you do a much better job. Now, unlike my generation, you are 3-4 generations apart. My generation was looking at a career for about 20-30 years. You guys are looking at a career for at least 60 years. A long journey, and you are going to do many, many interesting things. And it is really not about what you study today, how you prepare yourself to learn anything and everything when it is needed. That's how you shape your career. I have, some of you have seen this probably if you were here on the open day. I have 4 numbers here. 68 years against airplanes, 7 years against internet. Can we go back to? Yeah. And 3 years Facebook and 5 weeks Gen AI. What are these numbers? What is it? Yes, some of you have seen this. 50 million users. Airplanes, commercial airplanes, commercial airline business took about 68 years before 50 million people flown. Internet, 7 years. Facebook, 3 years, and Gen AI, 5 weeks. This is the pace of change. Don't worry about the pace of change. Just shape it and make use of it. These days, on my LinkedIn posts, how many of you have seen any of my LinkedIn posts? These days I started specifically writing that AI was used to improve the clarity of my post. So, of course it has limitations. The number one limitation I see is my writing ability may not improve if I blindly use AI. But at the same time, clearly my productivity has increased. I'm not blindly depending on AI, but it is definitely, see, for example, if typically I used to take about an hour, 40 minutes to an hour to write a post. If I have an idea with AI, I can easily save about 50% of the time. But the other side, downside is just like using calculator. The downside is, your quick arithmetical skills are going down. Using Grammarly, downside is you are less and less worried about grammar and syntax and spelling and other things. So there is always a downside that you need to understand, and you need to decide what are the limits for you. And we all know that the jobs of the future are not going to be the same. And I'm not going to believe that there's an adjustment period about, that this year generally placements were, across the world placements were not that good. There's some adjustment happening, but jobs are not going to disappear. But the nature of jobs are going to change. One more time, even with AI, jobs are not going to disappear, but the nature of the jobs are going to change. They are going to be cognitively complex and ethically challenging. Cognitively way more complex and way more challenging. That is going to be the nature of the new jobs. If you look at the Industrial Revolution and what happened in the last 300-400 years, it's straightforward. Starting with steam engine, it replaced most jobs needing power and speed. With electricity and automation, most jobs needing precision and repetition got replaced. Today, with the Gen AI and big data, most jobs needing abstracting simple rules from large sets of data. You have an idea, you ask ChatGPT, it is immediately telling you something. ChatGPT is abstracting simple rules from large sets of data. Here, what is interesting is that this large set of data is also totally unstructured. The model is trained to give you that information. So steam engines replaced most jobs needing power and speed. Electricity automation replaced most jobs needing precision and repetition. And big data, Gen AI revolution is replacing most jobs needing abstracting simple rules from large sets of data. What kinds of jobs are going to be there? Those are cognitively complex and ethically challenging, where you need to abstract simple rules from a small set of data. That is the type of jobs you are going to do. And imagine abstracting simple rules from small set of data and make important decisions. Those are the types of the jobs. And remember, as engineers, you want to are going to be engineers and professionals. You want to believe that with the data and good logic, I can always come to an optimum solution. But if you look at the work of Nobel laureates, especially in the area of behavioral economics, you see that our decisions and our logic or our rationality is always bounded. I don't know how many of you have heard this name, bounded rationality, and defined or postulated by Herbert Simon. So our logic is bounded. It's not that easy. So that's where this next 4 years of training would help you. Mostly what you learn, ChatGPT will be able to help. But this abstracting simple rules from small set of data and making important decisions, that is what you all are going to do. If you perfect that art and science, you will definitely be doing something meaningful and required. And we have already seen that most jobs are going to be ethically challenging and cognitively complex. I want to give you two simple set of questions. One is about how do you navigate your life through asking these three questions. Who am I? A good education should really give you that, not in one instance, next 4 years and beyond. Who am I? What is changing around me? Very important. And ultimately, and this is even more important, your dream for humanity. As I was telling you, we are here on a very short journey between two very important events in life. Our birth and our death. Mostly we have no control. And let's do or make the best use of this short stay. As humans, as professionals, you know that the only full-time job in the world is to be human. So we are always under this tension between what is this, an evolutionary perspective of life in the world. I want to have a lot of money, big house, nice car, and a lot more money. That is the evolutionary, the traditional holding mentality versus to lead a spiritual life. Very rarely we are Buddha or Darwin. Very rarely that. We are somewhere in between, that tension. At my age, at 63, I experienced that tension. You all experienced that tension, and all of us experienced that tension. How do we navigate through this tension? That is the idea. And success is unfortunately defined by someone else for you. Leaders, teachers, parents, grandparents, politicians, influencers on Instagram, they define success for you. My call for action for all of you is go ahead, reflect, and define success patiently. You can define it in so many different ways, but if you can define it uniquely for yourself, there will be no competition, irrespective of whether you study chemical engineering or computer science or robotics or AI. Reflect and define success uniquely for yourself, by you, of you, and for you. Then there will be no competition. You will carve a unique space. Now, second set of questions about what a good education should give us. Self-knowledge, and today's world, this intellectual openness and intellectual humility is way more important than ever. You see the polarization across the world. We need to have that kind of, I always tell our students, our tendency is a professor is open-minded, giving you a lot of freedom. Then we also get this idea that we can stand up and say, Professor, I disagree with something. Whether it is to a professor, your parents, your friends, the idea of starting a conversation by telling I disagree with you is not a good way to have an agreement. It's not a good way to have a deeper understanding of what the other person is telling. Starting point need not be I disagree. Starting point could be asking a clarifying question. What happens when you say that I disagree? You are unduly arming your opponent. When you say you disagree, the flight or fight mechanism of the other person's brain will kick in. You take all the energy to fight back. Instead of that, let me try to understand what you are trying to tell. I need a little bit more clarification. Probably you will find more meaning in that conversation. And finally, the idea of seeking excellence together. Starting point is empathy, and the quote on campus is empathy is the mother of excellence. And why empathy is the mother of excellence? Empathy has at least two components. Your ability to understand other person's feelings. We have a set of neurons called mirror neurons. Mirror neurons can actually simulate other person's feelings, and then if you can emote, feel with them, you will be empathetic. Most people are naturally empathetic. Mammals are empathetic. Empathy is particularly a survival mechanism for mammals. About 250 million years ago, mammals appeared. Before that, reptiles used to lay hundreds of eggs and crawl away. They don't have to emotionally connect to their babies. Some of them do, but they don't have to. Birds do, but typically they don't have to connect because some babies would survive. But you see, when a bird is only laying 2 or 3 eggs, that bird should have a little bit of empathy coded in, otherwise little chicks won't survive. So empathy is very much as a part of being human, and this idea of understanding others' emotions and emoting with them is important. That is the starting point of seeking excellence. As I was telling you, life is all about learning and creating and helping. If you really look at your future career, all three M's are important: money, match, and meaning. But the relative importance will change based on your dream for humanity, based on your life stage, based on your age. But all M's are important. I'm not telling money is not important. Everything is important. But it depends, and the relative importance would change. Now, finally, in the next 4 years, I encourage you to focus on these three things. A healthier you, a better, more healthier version. Health is not just about physical health. Mind, body, and relationships. All three should be healthy. Then comes humble. Unfortunately, in Indian culture, we talk about humility all the time, but we rarely find it when you look around. Somebody slapping somebody on the plane, somebody shouting, somebody calling some bad words. Being humble is a real spiritual journey. And finally, you need to come up with your own philosophy of life. I will tell you what my philosophy of life and how that is shaping. And before that, I really encourage all of you to create a LinkedIn account today itself and start posting carefully your professional journey. Why do I say carefully? Because in the future, when you apply for a job, if you can show, starting from today, how are you taking this learning journey? You can write about your classes, and if possible, be as positive and humble as possible when you write, or when you write a comment. Many times I can tell you 99% of negative comments on LinkedIn, the person who is writing the comment have not understood the post. So that's the reason why before writing a negative comment, ask a few humble clarifying questions. Again, I encourage all of you to create your LinkedIn post. Send me requests for connecting. I will connect. We will have a conversation. But conversation should be empathetic, compassionate, and learning. So I want to show you some of the posts recently I've written. One is here: how do we make our life more meaningful? Another one: stop asking who is at fault. Start asking what can I do. Another one: what can I do differently? The one last week I was in Copenhagen. I met a very old professor, 90 plus years. We have had a conversation about spirituality. So that is that picture. Another one on when I was using Gen AI for my LinkedIn post, my younger son started challenging me. So I wrote a post on father-son conversation. The beauty of a simple life, and the best way to tell the truth is through humor. Practicing detachment without losing passion. Sometimes you're too attached, you get frustrated, your blood pressure would go up. But if you're detached, you may not be passionate, but you need to practice detachment without losing passion. Then you can change the world. Then you can change your life. Then you can make your family even prouder. So recently, or at least for me, one of the best posts I've written was India 2060. My prediction is by 2060, India will be the richest country, not based on per capita, based on total GDP. That's the path we are following. But I seriously encourage all of you to go and read this. There are many, many things I mentioned there. To get there, what do we need to change? And please remember, you guys are going to shape our nation. And remember, I have a little video on YouTube talking about my dream of New India. New India is not a place where we have thousands of fighter planes or nuclear bombs. It's a green India, it's a happy India. even more important, or probably most important, is a place where our mothers and daughters and sisters can walk around freely with pride. That is the new India of my dreams, and I really encourage you to share that dream of creating that new India. And my philosophy is shaped by 4 people: Marcus Aurelius, Seneca, Epictetus, and Buddha. These three Greek Roman philosophers are Stoics, and Stoicism has a lot in common with Buddhism, and they shape my philosophy. And I'm so happy that I'm here and I will interact with all of you. Let us seek excellence together every day, forever. Thank you very much.
Thank you so much, sir, for your visionary words and your commitment towards student success. It's truly motivating. Now, let us welcome Professor Shruti Sharma, Dean of Academic Affairs at TIIT, a brilliant academician, researcher, and professor from the Department of Civil Engineering. She is a gold medalist in both her BTech in Civil Engineering and NIT Jalandhar and her ME in Structural Engineering, a testament to her unwavering pursuit of academic excellence. She also holds a PhD from TIIT with Best Doctoral Thesis Award from Indian National Academy of Engineering. As Doha, Professor Shruti Sharma caters to all the issues and makes all the decisions regarding students' academic affairs at TIIT. This includes all academic frameworks, examinations, sessionals, summer semesters, and more, ensuring that our students thrive with academic rigor. Let's welcome Dr. Shruti Sharma with a big round of applause.
Good morning, dear students. So here we welcome the batch of 2025 graduating 2029. Great to see the mixed number. I was seeing the girls sitting on this side. Any specific reason for that? So we all being sitting together. But really good to see this whole line, filled up. It's a great thing to see them. So here I am. I'll be the Dean of Academics Office, or headed by me, will be looking after the academics part of your entire 4-year career. So you understand that academic means related to all examinations, all your certificates, migrations, all those things are being taken care of. It's the backbone of the university, in fact of any university you talk of. So it is like that we here stand, because you have all come from wide and varied cultures or different states. So we all here understand that rigor, excellence, and that consistency in your studies is very important, and we entirely focus on this. We are dedicated towards a passionate, excellent teaching, wherein we'll all move together so that we are enriched by this experience. Okay. So the Dean of Academic Affairs Office, as in date, I am heading or leading, I'm the Professor in Civil Engineering, and I'm assisted by my 2 Associate Dean of Academic Affairs, Dr. J.S. Lenny. He is a Professor in Mechanical Engineering Department, and Professor Vinay Arora, he is in Computer Science Engineering Department. So we are here a team, and we also are supported by a staff members, about 10 to 12 in number. When we move forward, we'll understand the various aspects of academic offices. So we have various kinds of staff people or supporting staff, which helps us to understand the different verticals of academic affairs. So we are offering many programs. So as of date today, the first 2 ones, Bachelor of Engineering, are you people, and Bachelor of Technology, Biomedical and Biotechnology. There it is, BTech. The rest are branches. We have 19 in total, including the Devasthi campus, where we have Computer Science Engineering. So those 19 are BE and BTech together. Next, please. So we need to understand this the curriculum as in date, the UG program, undergrad program, your program, BE and BTech Engineering. So what is it all about? The total programming skills, all those come in your first year. 5 courses per semester. So 10 courses in first year form the foundation ones. What is the meaning of 4 courses? As you move into your next year, second, third, and final year, you have some core or related to your branch specific courses. These are also called the professional courses. So computer science may have data structure, DBMS, civil engineering, and many more. And the other ones may have their structures courses, say civil engineering, and so on. So there are foundation courses in first year, professional courses in second, third, and final year, which are specific to your particular professional branch. And then in the third year, as you move, we give you a choice. You see this hand? What is the choice? Choice is you have to mandatorily do 4 courses, which you can make a choice. Those are called the elective courses. So in the third and final year, you have to do 4 courses where you have to make a choice. We'll show you the choice based, different types of choices which different branches offer. Many branches like computer science they offer as much as 12 different elective streams, whereas civil engineering may have 4, biomedical may have another 3, and so on. It depends upon your core branch. We are very much into this, that your courses in your curriculum also are some project-based courses. The Thapar curriculum, so this is one basket which I am showing for computer science. 12 options of elective. So you choose one basket. Let us say you choose one with conversational AI, which is in collaboration with NVIDIA. So 4 courses out of your total 4-year curriculum. From third to final year, you have to choose from one basket. So suppose one student, say he chooses his DevOps in continuous delivery, which is in collaboration with NVIDIA. Then he activities, I will show the slides where it has moved from all these towards research inspired entrepreneurial, very important. We have full course which is dedicated to innovation and entrepreneurship. And then project led. As I said, very important part or keystone of our education system or in THAP or at CIT is project based. Next please. So this is the slide. If you remember, if you have attended open day, as I said, experiential. Right from the first semester on to the 5th semester, we have one small activity in every semester which caters towards experiential. What is the meaning of experiential? Experiencing on your own, doing by hand. For example, dissecting an engine in mechanical. And then, you have to make it again. One example. Civil engineering, for example. One activity experiential, making a building in small model out of wood and steel. Then you will be doing those activities in first 5 semesters. They are not credited, but they are given a certificate after the completion of each activity. Engineering is all about doing. It's all about creating. Engineering ka matlab ye kya hai? Creating something. So you need to understand that's very important. And then it's very important to move in from to design and practical experiences. So we have 2 design projects which everybody has to do. EDP 1 and EDP 2 in 3rd and 4th semesters. Every branch student has to do. Experience, this is called Engineering Design Project 1 and 2. I'll show you the slides. What are these projects? 2 projects, just to brief. One is called a Mambonin or a Catapult project. Another one is called the Buggy project. Every student sitting in this entire LBLT has to do that. It's design. It's based on experiential plus design practices. We also a very important cornerstone or the keystone of your engineering degree is central part, is a capstone project. A project which everybody has to mandatorily do, every branch, every student has to do that. It may be in your 7th. It starts from 6th now the scenarios, the times have changed, they are dynamic. We offer startup semesters also. We also offer, some students may want to go for higher education. We offer them research semester. So one entire semester you have to spend either in industry or on a startup if you want to do here or wherever, or research here or in any other university where you want to do. So these are some of the experiences which we give you over a period of your 4 years, which leads you to the practical or a design approach or experience. Next please. And very important mandate by the Prime Minister is to opt for summer internships. Right at the end of first year, second year, 2 months which you get in summer, we encourage the students to go in for summer internship. Anywhere, we just have to inform the university and you can go there. We'll give you a letter for that. The basic premise is we want to make you engineer from the day one, experiencing. So in experiential education, experiential education has 2 aspects. You're doing right learning, but you also learn collaboration, teamwork. It's always a teamwork which matters. You learn so many things. So that is the premise. If I summarize, we make engineers from day one because we give them experience. They learn how to do practice teamwork, how to collaborate with each other. And in addition, we have the projects. Next please. So these were the 2 engineering design projects I was talking about. One is a catapult or what we call a mango project. So this is wooden frame is provided by the university. You have to design your throwing arm in such a way that the landing is maximum. All are designed, right? So here it involves with the mechanics, material, which material, how to put that spoon, where should that ball go, offered by the mechanical engineering department. Next please. And the another project which I was talking, EDP, Engineering Design Project 2, 4th semester, it's a buggy project. So what does it do? We give you a path. The path is defined and it is marked by obstacle. The buggy, which is done in a group of 4 or 5 students, is to be designed or made in such a way, controlled in such a way that it should be able to detect the obstacles under supervisory control. So this is the second project. Here it is done by the electronics department. So these are 2 design projects mandatorily to be done by all the students. What is important? The group work, the teamwork, the collaboration. Some person will be good in designing part, some other person will be very good in report writing and presenting. That's how the projects move. So, keystone, central, that's important. Keystone is a capstone. Started in 6th semester and finished either in 7th or in 8th semester depending upon your branches. Why? Because some branches go on project semester in 7th semester, the others go on in 8th semester. Most of them in 8th semester, civil and chemical, they go in the 7th semester. So capstone is a 2-semester thing. Very, very important for interviews and all of your future career. It is recognized. So these are some just examples what different departments or students can do. Next please. Now when you are entering this university, now the mandate is every person has to be AI empowered and literate. Every student or even faculty, they are made AI literate in some way or other. For your case, you will be offered a certification or micro-relation certification by NVIDIA, where you will be doing 3 courses in addition to your regular curriculum in 3rd, 4th, 5th or 4th, 5th, 6th depending upon the branch. Those 3 courses have to be done mandatorily by everybody. AI for engineers was one subject which was already there, but now it is for everybody, but it's now part of the certified course. 2 more courses, AI in ethics and applications of AI, is to be done by every student. And in 3rd, 4th, 5th, as I said, or 4th, 5th, 6th by the computer science, for example, and a light branch. So you will be, in addition to your degree, you will get a certificate by NVIDIA that you have done these courses. Yes, next please. So this is about overall curriculum. Now what are the processes which we follow, which is also very important for you because you enter into the university. You should understand that 1 year here is divided into 2 semesters. Now 2 semesters means for every semester there is 14 to 16 weeks of teaching and 4 weeks of examination. So this is how the process of the semester system is there. Then the question arises, how do we assess you? We assess you in 2 ways. It's summative assessment, which means examination, written examination taken twice. understand grading system. Similar is our system. And then very important feedback, closure of any subject. Each subject I'm talking about is your reactions. You have to give a reaction or response to what you have felt about the subject. My team in CITM, the Center for Information and Technology, they will tell you how to do this SRS over a period of time. Next, please. So as I just said, we are starting. We are starting now, today, right? So 7 to 8 weeks after. So I said 14 to 16 weeks of teaching. Midway, we have an examination of 2 hours duration called the mid-semester exam. And then again 7 to 8 weeks teaching, and we have an end semester exam. The entire cohort is divided into A and B groups. You must have understood by now, either A or B. It depends upon your branches. Primarily, any group has a mixture of students. It's not only computer sciences at A1, no. It's a mixture of students as far as the first year is concerned. But when you move into second years, you will be given a different. So A1, A2 will change into something depending on Q1, Q2 or W1, W2, depending on the branch. Because from second year, you will be studying those courses which are professional courses or core courses of your streams. Okay? Yes. And we understand this? So everything will be, you will be getting information. Timetable is already there on the institute webpage. You will be allotted groups and subgroups. A group and A1, let us say. Right? The timings, or you can say the total engagement hours, 8 to 6. You will not follow strictly because some person may have a class at 9 and may end at 5. So total timings, engagement hours in the university are 8 to 6. Duration of lecture is 55 days. Next please. This is the academic calendar for UG1. UG1 means undergrad year 1. For this session, semester 1. So this is semester 1. It is also called the odd semester. When you move into your second semester of your first year, it will be called even semester. So the session is 25-26. It is an odd semester, semester 1. See where we are. We are starting for the Frosh and boot camp on 4th August. It will be ending up on 14th, and then Frosh continues. But the classes will start from 18th of August. So you can see where the number of teaching weeks are there. Yellow ones is your test week 2 months. There is a Diwali break. Then again there is teaching, and then final examination. The examination for the entire university end semester is at the same time. In your case, since you are starting a little late, MSTs are a little bit delayed, but rest all examinations are there. So this calendar is already put on your institute webpage, or even DOA notice board, Dean of Academic Affairs notice board. So when you go to students, you have 2 notice boards, DOA and DOSTA. There it is already there. So you can download and plan your things accordingly right from today. Yes. So as I already told you, so very important, 60 to 70% is written examination. MSTs, 2 hours duration, end semester, 3 hours duration. But 30 to 40 is your internal, you call it, in a very common language, or you call it sessions. As I said, lab, a project, a tutorial, or something like that. Next please. And then you get a grade. Right? You are graded for the course. So somebody has scored 70 maybe. Then how do you decide the grading? So at the end of it, so you have 5 subjects in semester 1, 5 in semester 2. Every subject will be given a letter grade. What is that letter grade? A plus, A minus, B minus. So these are the grade points related to each. Suppose somebody gets 70, we'll talk about it later. Let us somebody gets A minus, then the value of the grade is 9 out of 10. If he gets A or A plus, 10 out of 10 as on date. So you'll have a better grade. Green ones are okay. Red ones are a little bit to be cautious of. For example, E means you have not qualified to appear for the examination, or you have failed after the examination. What is the criteria? I'll tell you. F grade is a very low score, again a problem. X grade you get if you are not able to meet the attendance criteria of 75% mandatory, there is combined lecture plus tutorial plus lab. If somebody falls short 75, we are very strict about examination again. But if you earn an X grade, you have to do the course again. There are options available where to go, but that's a repeat course. And I is an incomplete course, we'll study further. Yes, please. So what is the passing criteria? When do you get an E grade? If you score less than 35 marks out of 100, if it is a normal or a regular course, and if it is a project course like EDP1, EDP2, capstone, less than 50. You get an E grade, you have to give an exam again. You don't have to attend again the entire thing, but the exam again, right? Next. And as I said, you get an X grade or you're short of attendance, you have to repeat the classes. So this is written here, LTP greater than 75% is a mandate for you to appear in the final examination. You are told from time to time by your instructors, even the letters are issued by our office, after MST, before EST, and telling you time to time that you are falling short, you have to make up. This is a condition for appearing in the examination. You have to meet that, otherwise an X grade is awarded. Next please. And then we also said, for example, some I grade was there. What is that? It means an incomplete grade. Suppose you fall ill, you have a medical condition, and then you miss your test, final exam. So you have to support your application of I grade with your medical records, and you can appear again only in the EST, which is normally done 1 to 2 months after your semester exam. Like in this case, it will be held in the month of August, in the 3rd week of August. So absent in EST is an I grade or an incomplete grade. You have to still complete that. But what happens if you are not able to make up in your mid-semester test? Again, supported by appropriate medical documents, you can be given a make-up test, which is done almost 3 weeks after your regular mid-semester examination. But then it is done, it is not, there is no specific week which is given to it, but you are given dates and you have to bear, provided your medical documents support it. It's not given to everybody. And then how do you decide your letter grade? Who decides the letter grade? That is done by, so after you complete a course, you get the marks. There is a board of examiners headed by the Dean of Academic Affairs, Controller of Examination, your respective head of the department, civil, computers, whichever, and a group of instructors who have taken the course. They sit together and decide the grade list. For example, highest marks in the subject is 90, and then we arrange it in the descending order. So how do we do that? Maybe 10 to 15% are given A grade. So there is a cutoff. So this all these things are decided by a group of your instructors, primarily headed by our office, and the controller of examination. Controller of examination in the university is Professor Dean Potter, and he is sitting in the main cabinet block. Yes. One course. I'll just take one example. So this is how you identify a course. UCS something something. What does U stands for? Undergrad. So your courses will be U. Masters will be P. What are the second 2 letters? CS means computer science. Another 410, maybe a 4-semester course. It's a typical course. Now, when you see the syllabus of that course on the web of yours, on your web internet, on your departmental web page, there will be an LDP associated to it. So, for this course, UCS 410, in a week, the total engagement is 3 lectures in a week, 0 tutorial, 2 hours of lab. So, what is the meaning of this credit? How it is calculated? Every lecture is given 1 credit, and tutorial and practical have half credit. So 3 plus 2 into 0.5. Now Q was 0, that is why it came out to this whole. मान लीजिए Q 1 होता तो ये कितनी value हो जाती? So that would have been 4.5. What is the importance of this 4.5? It's the importance of the subject. If a subject has 3 credits, it has a little less weightage. But if the subject has more lectures, more engagement in practical tutorial, that credit goes up. So that is very important. Some subjects may have 5 credits, they will change your CGP by a larger value than the other one. So total program credits which you earn your entire degree normally is around or less than 170. 160 to 170, it depends upon program to program. Next. This is one grade sheet, which I have shown for semester 1. So these are the 5 courses, either A or B will study. So corresponding to each subject, say chemistry and programming, you have some LTPs. LTP means 1 week engagement, right? And then the credits are calculated as I just told you. And suppose somebody earns the grades in the 3rd column. These are the grades in the 3rd column, which have been awarded by the Board of Examiners after you have done an assessment of the entire class performance. So they have been graded. So how do you calculate your CGPA at the end of the semester? So it's summation of the credits into the grade points. So if somebody earned B, as I showed in the table, it was 8 grade points. So the credits to the course were 4 and the grade points, because you have earned a B grade, is 8, so 8 into 4 is 32. Similarly, take a second course where you have earned a A grade, let us say electrical and electronics. The credits of that course are 3 lectures, 1 tutorial, 2 hours of lab, 4.5. And you earn an A grade, a good grade, and a high credit course, 4.5 into 10 becomes 45. So 5 courses, it is a weighted average of all the grades which you earn. So CI into GI divided by total number of credits. This is your CG at the end of semester 1. Example, just an example to show how it works. When you are doing that red line, I is an incomplete grade, so definitely you have to complete that when it is done, so it's not considered. And X grade is a repeat, so that means you have to do it later, and it is not showing up in your first semester grade card. So at every semester you get a grade card after the results are out. So we will have another presentation by the setup. So those people will tell you how to be connected with the university. Where do you get your academic reports? Web course. You already have a little bit of information about it. It's the location for your every academic report. Your personal data, your academic reports are on web course, where both the students as well as the parents have a login. And your resources, where do you get the course material? Where do you get the entire learning resource? That is the learning management system of our university. And third thing which you have to have is a Thakur email ID, which will be now given to you when you come for your classes, right, on 18th August. So all this information will be there, and we have presentation lined up entirely to educate you about this by the IT manager of the university, Dr. Hacharans. It is lined up later. Yes, please. Suppose a student is not satisfied with his grades. First point of contact is your instructor. You are not satisfied with the evaluation, any query you have to go to the instructor. If you are still not satisfied, then the students are entitled to discuss their queries with the Dean Academic Office. They have to put an application, and we will be addressing those grievances. Now, no more letters, we understand emails. So that is why on the first slide, the email IDs were given. doa@thakur.edu, DOAA, or A-DOA, Associate Dean of Academic is 1 and 2. So we, after verification of the authenticity of the grievance, there can be a correction suggested by the office, or we may go with the as such, whatever is there, no change, and then the marks can be modified. This is the case where, first of all, the first point of contact, very important, is the course instructor. You may have coordinator of a course if there are a number of groups studying this course. First your course instructor, then your course coordinator. Still not satisfied, put an application or an email to the DO office. So this is a grievance redressal, how we address. Next one. There is also called CUP, Committee for Prevention of Unfair Release. Some very important key pointers which should be kept in mind, that you can land up in a university if these things are not taken. For example, writing, taking something in writing, talking to the, so these are boldly marked here, changing seat, writing anything which is, except for the answer book, nothing is to be written anyway, not even the question paper. And you are using this or you have a strong behavioral issue with your, that is also considered. At that point in time, your answers need to be taken from you, and it will be written as an unfair means case. Of course, you can have another sheet and attempt the decision, whether it is in that form, whether it is unfair means, is decided by a committee comprising of 2 very benches, and one student representative is also there. So we have to be very careful. No mobile phones, no devices, no smart watches, not talking to each other, not writing anywhere except in answer sheets. Misconduct, they are all very seriously taken in the university, and immediately it becomes an unfair means. When it becomes an unfair means and you are, you get, like it becomes a case, then you are awarded an F. It's kind of, it is a repeat of the course again. So as I said, this office is attached to various important offices in the university. Academic section or registry, which you call, headed by Dr. Bhupinder Singh, is the registrar of our university. Examinations, conduct, and the results in all these, they are taken care by our office and controller examination. So your date sheets you will get from controller examination office. Fine. Academic section, again headed by the registry or the registrar. It's an academic section which maintains all the records. So you get the certificates, whatever you desire, from the academic section. Dr. Vinesh Bansi, he is the deputy registrar academics, right? And of course your fees issues, something you are delaying your fees or are able to pay, all those fee issues are addressed to finance officer or Ms. Rachna. Please drop an email to them. So this PPT will be there. The shop only the key highlights of the Patiala city are there. There is a larger one, red color. Whatever I presented, it is written in detail here. Still you have any doubt, any question, you are most welcome to post your queries to us, or we are here for these entire 2 weeks to take care of your queries. And this is available at many places in the university. We are putting up in your hostels also. Whatever academic related queries you have, you just have to use this. And still you are not able to, just drop in an email to us. Thank you so much. Any questions? So it's not, it is little serious. So academics is of course not seriousness, but we understand that the students should be knowing it well in advance. They are entering into this. So every aspect of student life, academics or your general activities, your physical health or your activity related, they are all very equally important. And academics should not become a burden on you. So you should be consistent is the word. Consistency is the key. Maintain consistency and discipline in classes. Note your things down. Wherever you are falling short, let us say you're not getting the lecture content, please talk to your course instructors. The first key point is your instructor, your coordinator, head of the department, and then your dean academics when it is related to academic part. Okay? That is the key, so you should be very consistent in your efforts. I think you'll be able to make up when you put in your 4 years. So wishing you all the best and wishing to see you more often in the university and doing good. Best wishes to you.
Thank you, ma'am, for your incredible dedication to empowering students and fostering a culture of academic excellence. Up next, we welcome Professor Meenakshi Rana, Professor in the School of Mathematics and our respected Dean of Student Affairs, the one who ensures college life isn't just about marks and lectures. Professor Rana holds a master's degree and a PhD in mathematics from Punjab University, Chandigarh. She has over 20 years of experience at the forefront of academic excellence. As DOSA, she plays a crucial role in shaping students' lives beyond the classroom, from managing societies, clubs, and hostel life, to overseeing sports, cultural events, and student well-being. Professor Rana and her team are dedicated to making sure every student at TIT has a balanced, healthy, and enriching college journey. With her passion for teaching and a strong research background, Professor Rana brings both heart and depth to her role. Please join me in welcoming Professor Meenakshi Rana with a heartfelt applause.
Good morning, everyone. Good morning. And thank you for this applause. So how was your day? Good? So one thing I want my students to talk, a lot, talk. And ask so many questions till the line the other people will start, okay, that's it for the day, okay? So, because one thing that I understand is that Indian students hesitate in talking, in asking questions. And that is a very necessary, fundamental skill you require. Ask the questions. You may not get all answer at the first stage, but that will also help us build communication. These are the common queries most of the students are asking. So there is something wrong maybe at our end and we might need to improve, right? We are a very large ecosystem. We have a faculty residency, we have staff, we also have hostels, we have academic building, research infrastructure. And I think it's smart, I would be very honest to say, there is nothing people can call perfect. But yeah, people try to see there is an issue and there is a channel, there are things that will take time, course of action to improve things. So here we are, student life at campus, and why is it very challenging? It's very, very challenging for initial one semester for the young students because you just come from the school. And schools and universities are slightly different. What is the difference between you? Any remarks from you? What is the main difference or what do you, there is no main difference, but what do you feel? How the things are different? Anyone?
You suddenly become very independent and you have to live a life of your own, that's why you have to manage yourself.
Yes, so it brings independence and?
We live by our will. We live by our own will.
You live by your own?
Relative grading.
Relative grading, that's also in school. No? 10th, you get a grade, 10 plus you must to know. Okay. What about the other girls? How is it different? Speak up. That's the training. You don't speak up, people will speak up. And you become a listener. That is one thing that you have to speak. Speak up. You may be wrong, which is fine. That's why you are here for 4 years. You have to speak, you have to ask questions. What is different? Yes. So when you come out from comfort zone, there are a lot of effort that you also have to do it to get things in place. Whether it is hostel life, whether it is academics, you have to build. I'll give you one case. When I was doing my PhD, my supervisor said that you have to go and present. And I didn't have much training at that time of speaking. I went to IMS, this is Indian Mathematical Science Congress, and I have to present my PhD first paper. And I did not have any because we just come from graduation, post-graduation. And then he said that, okay, this is you have to get out of the comfort. You may be wrong, but this is the learning part. Right? So same thing I'm asking you. You may be wrong, there is nothing wrong here. When you ask a question, that's fine. When you ask a question, you're actually addressing so many of your peers because many of still hesitate in asking that same particular question. So when you ask, you help your friends, you help your colleagues, you help your classmates, and many queries are already answered. So how was your breakfast in the hostel today? It was good? Yes. You don't have to say everything good. I'm going to listen a lot of complaints. But yeah, one thing is that it cannot be your home food, but we do try to make sure that at least you get everything. Every hand have a different taste, every mother have a different taste. But yeah, we will ensure that this kitchen, these mess, these facilities are run by student, for student and of the student. So it will be everything done by student with our supervision. So that is why I said it's going to be very, very challenging. Now you are at your own. Parents have left you and you are in a professional world. Teacher will come and deliver the class. You heard Dean Academics Madam. People will come and by the time you really realize, exams will be on your head. So make sure that you are disciplined. Start studying as the semester starts. This 1 week and the 2 weeks the next week is for you to get comfortable, get onto your feet, stand up. Most of the people get tired. So reach on the stadium, have a walk in the morning if you really want to be energetic. Okay? This energy creation is in your own hand. People will not come and press your doorbell to utho. Nahi to 8 baje uthoge, so you will not be reaching in the class right on time. So many things with independency brings responsibility. So many things we have on campus. You have already seen physical infrastructure, you have digital infrastructure, campus is connected, Wi-Fi, you have campus life, lot of societies, clubs, chapters, That you will experience over the period that you come. We have housing and dining. Many of you are placed in the hostels. You have academic support services, counseling services. We have scholarships also, merit scholarship, merit combined scholarship. We will float the forms also, if especially for scholarship, library help. We do have a library session also right now, but any of the sessions we'll reach out depending upon what is the need. Some specific session that I feel, such as library scholarship, that student may not get. Who can get scholarship? Can I apply it or not? So we'll again float a separate forms for these probably coming days. Then we also have medical facility. You have a health center. There are dedicated doctors. You have to have owner code of conduct. Madam just talked about UMC case, right? So we are watching. Nobody will come and say, what are students? But eyes are always there. We do monitor. As I mentioned, this is an ecosystem. When it comes to student, we make sure that we are disciplined. So many channels do make sure that you are there. So we want you to be a good well-being, behave well-being, help each other instead of creating any of the other non-desirable element. So we do believe in green campus, and green means sustainable. So if you see that there are things which are not in accordance with sustainability, please make sure that you contribute yourself in that. I will not talk about much about infrastructure, but yeah, these three things that you will be immediately witnessing, which is hostel, health center and sports facility. As far as the hostels are concerned, okay, I moved slides a little fast, I think. Yeah, that's it. I think there are 17 hostels, but the other hostels are for second year, third year and fourth year, and these are for the boys. So, do we have the hostels H students here? Raise your hand. Wonderful. We have J. Wonderful. And we have K. Oh, very good. So we represent all hostels. Same for the girls. Do we have from Ira? Vasudha G. Vasudha H. E. Sorry, Vasudha E. Very few. And so there are FR, F and G. Okay. So the maximum represent FR, F and G. I have been listening to a lot of complaint from FR, F and G. Fan issue, there is one fest. That's a humid weather, I can understand. But we don't want you to sit all along in day in the hostel rooms. Come here, study so that you enjoy this AC facility till the time we come up. Everything is not AC and everything cannot be AC. Please understand, there are some realistic things. We are trying, we are monitoring things, and I will be very honest, what we can provide, what we cannot. These are all logistic issues, but when you reach out with the genuine issues, we are monitoring that yes, this is required for a student, and whole of my team reach out there and help out. Okay? So let's see, just to understand the ecosystem, how you have to approach, how you have to help yourself. In every hostel, there will be two mechanisms. One which is done by students, one which is also there for the staff. So now every hostel will come up with a student, and then there is a member committee, there will be a proctor, there will be a whole team which monitors mess, which monitor cleanliness, everything. So this is a student committee led by proctor. You understand proctor meaning? Raise your hand. You understand what is meant by proctor? Just like a class monitor, in hostel there is a proctor. So for the boys there will be a proctor, for the girls also there will be a proctor. And if you are very enthusiastic to help each other, do participate. For every hostel, for first year, second year, third year, there will be a mechanism which runs on. So especially, I have been hearing some students saying mess food. If we want to eat this on that day, we want to this. And so student make the, this menu in consultation with student. So if you feel that you really want to contribute instead of complaining, contribute in the discussion, come up with a good plan of the menu and so on. Similarly, we have staff support. For every hostel, there are dedicated staff, there is cleanliness staff which is available, right? And still, if you feel that some of the complaints are not completed, so you can reach out to the caretaker. Have you met caretaker of your hostel? Raise your hand. Okay, so you understand what is a caretaker is. So caretaker will be the first person to be the contacting. In any emergency, there are day caretaker, there are night caretaker also. But there will be at least one person always there caretaker. Then those caretaker are the one where you can report your concerns. For some concerns such as Wi-Fi, you can directly write to CITM. There is a mechanism, I think Dr. Harchanan is already there, and he will be telling you how do you have to approach to CITM. One of the very important thing is that do not write random mails. Even though I am answering each and every mail that is sent to me, but when you approach to a right person, I think the chances of solving the query is the highest. Will you agree? Yes. So we have to learn gradually whom to approach, right? So when you see caretakers are responsible for your daily activity. For example, you can even tell to the staff, the cleanliness staff, that this my room is not clear. You are going to soon have a roster. So in roster, you are going to have, there will be days marked when your room is going to clean. Now there are two problems. One is the staff did not clean, you can report to the caretaker. One is student don't want to get the rooms clean. That's also going to be there, right? So I'm going to make a feedback system, and if the student don't take out the time to make sure that their room is clean, then this is onus lies on you also, right? So it is a two-way system where staff will also sign and the caretaker will also sign and the student will also ensure that my room is clean. Okay? So there are usually 2 days in a week and so on. So that depends upon the frequency and depends also on the little bit of infrastructure, what kind it is. Then you can appropriately reach out to the concerned authorities and so on. Then you also have a warden. Do you have the caretaker and warden's email IDs? Raise your hand. No. So you don't have that means. So what is the hostel name? ERA? So the warden ID will be warden.era. Okay, these are already available on website, but I am going to show you also. So if you are seriously concerned when you want to write an email, think twice. Maybe your issues are already getting resolved, but if you still think the issues are consistent, they are persistent, they are not getting resolved, you can definitely reach out to them. Because I said this is housing, there is nothing a perfect system, but there is a well system. So when you reach out to them, I am sure things will get improved. So these are the email IDs. These are also available on your website. You can search it, but these are easy, right? So you know the hostel name. So this is caretaker dot whatever the name is. Say for example Tejas. It's caretaker dot Tejas. If it's warden, you want to reach out to warden. It's warden dot Tejas. And same goes for the girls. Warden dot frfg@thapar.edu. It's easy to remember. So it's for everyone. Okay. So hostel comes with, of course, mess facility, gym facility, and in case you find that some of the instruments are not working, please report to them so that they will take. And every instrument, everything needs time to get it repaired. So do not say that I reported and immediately I should get response. No, give us 3 to 4 days for some of the complaints to reach out. But once you have put it, there is a mechanism which is looking after beforehand, because this is something related to housing. So we have so many food courts. Sometimes you can't go back on the lunch to mess, or your timings of the classes are so tightened that you don't want to go. There are excellent food facilities. Enjoy your food. I think it is everywhere. And in case if there are still some issues that you find, you can report to the DOSA office. So we have societies, clubs, chapters and fest. There will be a lot of societies. There will be a society fair. You will come across all the societies, your seniors. Just like you can see, Frosh team is handling this whole event. Even they handled open day. As I've said, most of the activities are being led by students. Right? When you get it implemented, you get a responsibility also. So you learn many things by doing things. Only by listening you will not learn. So if you think that you want to be a person who can do something, do participate in society. Not because you want to get a certificate, because you want to learn. If you want to get a certificate, I think that doesn't solve the purpose, right? So if you really want to learn and if you want to see your career after 25 or 30 years, that you become a person that you thought becoming, so start doing, start getting engaged, start communicating to the people instead of looking very short-term goal that I'll get a certificate and I'll put it on the LinkedIn post, I'll add it to my resume. Everything will fall into the place if your overall thought process is clear that okay, I want to learn because I want to do. Okay? So we have clubs, we have chapters. I did not include it much here because you can get a lot of information from the student on these societies. Each society's clubs have president, then student overall coordinators, and then so many members, and they regularly do activities on weekend also, on day wise also, after your classes. Some of the fests like big fests like Satyanila, which is technical cultural fest, like Urja, sports fest, for those you will have a standalone independent committees, you can send a proposal and you will be hearing from us when these events are coming. So these are very few I listed because obviously one slide cannot capture, we have more than 56 plus societies, clubs, chapter. I cannot capture all, so everywhere I have written many more. And I do apologize to all because there will be many people who belong to some of the societies whose names are listed, some of the names are not listed. So these are just the random pick. And student learn, as I've said, student learn maximum by doing, right? So these are the basic functioning I have mentioned. These are available on website. So when you look at thapa.edu, you go to the student section. So there are 3 lines over there. You go to the student section. In student section, you can go to the societies. So there are ample amount of societies. You can see who is a president, who is a coordinator, who are the students. There are email IDs are already there, and you can approach to them. And you can look at your email ID. I think Madam has already told you that you will be receiving soon thapa.edu email ID. And so most of the notification will come through those. But do also start looking now the student section website. Most of the things related to student calendar you will find there. Even I would say website searching is also an art, right? Many times you want everything should be straight away. No, it's not. Go and see where are things. For example, if you want to understand about code of conduct, go and see where it is on the student section. For example, if you want to reach out to a warden, go and see under which section it is. Okay? For example, you go to student amenity, you will find hostels, you will find hospitals, health center, sports. Go and see which section speaks what. So search your website. There are certain things which we are going to add in this semester also. But most of the information you will also see on the website. Health center have timings. You can see it is 24/7, ambulance is available, doctors are also available, but for routine function, let's say you got a cold or you have a fever and you want to wait till the morning, so the timings are available. So you have all 10 a.m. to 2 p.m, Sundays also, weekend also the doctors are available. For daily it is 8:30 a.m. to 6 a.m, which means it's a very small time period, 6 a.m. to 8:30, that 1.5 hour which is not available. Otherwise 24/7 somebody is available. If you are more ill, and if a more intervention is required, ambulance will make you to the nearest hospitals, which are government hospitals and renowned, and will make sure that you get a perfect treatment. Okay? This ambulance number is also listed in the hostels, but it is easy to remember. I am a tech savvy, and I assume my students are also tech savvy, but you must remind your memory. Everything cannot be just on phone. What is the number of ambulance? 8122. Remember the last digit? The first few digits are common in many of the emergency numbers that you see throughout the campus. It's 828800. This is a common number you will see very frequent for the security and for other. The last 4 digits are slightly different depending upon who's handling. So for the ambulance it is 8122. Okay? Then as I mentioned, sports facility. I cannot represent, I cannot explain sports on the slide. Go and explore sports. And for healthy living, I have mentioned, reach out to the grounds, walk. Only gym is available, which is good, but only doing gym and staying in the closed environment is not enough. You have to take the fresh air. This Gen Z students who are always on phone will not give you a good health, right? Health is extremely important. You are going to do so many good things in life. People have probably not done much in universities, let's say somebody say, and then after 20, 30 years they do so many wonderful things. So if you are not healthy, I think you miss those things also. So for me it's very important what you eat. I would really differ. We have a lot of food courts, but extra food, junk food, how much you have to eat is your own decision. You have to be very conscious. You must eat in the mess for a regular food, and if you are, okay, you want a change, you can go to the food joint. I'm not, because people will say food joints ke naam say, but the point is, the junk food is also important because when you are weather consideration, you must see how much you have to eat, right? During the examination and many things. So be very cautious and make sure that you are healthy. We have this counseling services, we have academic counseling. We will come up with some solutions to students who want academic counseling if they need that some of the, although if you attend classes regularly and there are tutorial classes which is 20 to 30 students, most of your doubts are clear. If you ask, if you just come as a passive learner, it will not help. That's the major difference between school and the university. You have to become an active learner. Do you understand the meaning of active learner? What it is? Asking the question. If you don't understand, ask 5 times, ask 10 times, till the time you are not satisfied. And you may ask to anybody, you may also ask to your peer, you may ask to the teachers, you may ask to the PhD scholars, TAs, whosoever. But if you just sit in the class, so I think, I would say, clearing examinations, getting a decent grade is not difficult. Getting A and A minus grade will be going to be tough. You are competing with each other. So when you talk about the top grade, it's going to be tough. You have to be very regular. But if somebody says that I'll just study a night before and then clear it, that's how it is. It's a piece of cake. No, it is not. You have to be regular. You have to be regular in all the way. If you are even working for a society and you want to make a contribution, you have to be regular. You have to be regular contributor. You cannot say that I work for 1 day for 12 hours and then whole semester I did not work. I think those kind of practices are not sustainable practice. Right? So we have mentor-mentee program where you will be allocated a mentor and you can share any doubt to you. These information will gradually come to your web kiosk. We also have a Thapar Institute counseling cell. In case you feel that there is some sort of stress you feel out, you can reach out to this counseling cell. Dr. Sonam Dulal, she will be there along with her team. And many of the students you see that they reach out to the counselor for any help that you require. Then you also have student consultancy committees. We'll invite students to represent and to share their doubts, whatever it is. We also have a buddy system where this is something related to academic advising. As I mentioned, there are a lot of scholarships available, which is merit scholarship. But I'll come up again with this particular and we'll invite by Google form. Okay, we'll have a detailed session gradually because this is an orientation and we are not able to cater all students. So we'll float a Google form gradually coming days, maybe for this year and so on for the next year to help you to understand what kind of scholarships do we have, what is merit cum mean scholarship, which is if the finance is low in the family, and then there are other merit scholarships which are available in the institute. So as of now 1720 is the number which is for the previous year, and you can see 44 crore amount has been given to the student in the form of scholarship. So I'm sure students do want to know about more scholarship. Some of the guidelines, some of the eligibility criteria of the scholarship is already listed on the website. Okay, seat. It's the same as like you have to marks should be greater than 60%, something should be, income should be this much and so on. So the criteria are well listed, they are self-explained, but since we are working closely and some of the scholarship, there are many people, pathologists who want to come up and who want to offer more scholarship to our student. So as and when they arrive, we'll have a separate session for this. So timings are very important. We have institute timing. First in the morning. When early you can exit from the hostel? Do you know how early you can exit from the hostel? 6 a.m. So if you have a train at 5 a.m., if you have a bus at 5 a.m. to catch, what is the process?
Reach to caretaker.
Yes, you have to reach out to the caretaker, you have to take a permission. Without permission, nobody will be allowed. And I'm talking for both, right? It's not for girls, it's for boys also. So if you have to reach out, you have a train booking, you have a bus booking, a lot of students will be coming, Delhi, Uttarakhand, HP and everywhere. You know that you have to leave. You cannot simply say that, you push that message at 1 a.m. in the night and you have to go early in the morning at 6. So somebody have not seen the message in the night, they will not send you permission. So send the permission, seek the permission beforehand if you leave. So 6 a.m. is the time. When is the night come in time? 8:30. And the main gate entry? 8. So these are the times which are already listed. You will be also having a biometric attendance. There will be a face recognition system once your I-cards are in place. So when you are coming and exit, there will be a message going to your parents. And please, this is, I have been also seeing gradually students that why you are informing to the parents. See, it's a concern to parents. I am a mother, and if I have to see where my son is, I think this is for only a safety purpose. This is not somebody policing you. There's a difference between policing and there's a difference between security. I think if you see ourselves, these discipline as a policing, then you are, I think, considering us as wrong. Most of the system which university play, these are for the security purpose. Students somehow, misses in the saying that they are policing. No. You are free to do as long as you are not disturbing your peers, you are having a good public behavior, there is nothing wrong you are displaying. Nobody is going to say anything to you. This university is yours, you have to take care. This will be your home for the next 4 years. So if you want to spoil your home, there will be people who will come and ask you, please leave. Right? But if you really enjoy, if you want to make sure that you want to enhance your home, that is absolutely fine. So I've mentioned, we have code of conduct, rules and regulation. Everything is in place. We have anti-ragging cell, we have disciplinary committees, we have anti-alcohol, abusive substances policies, and these are extremely stringent. I would strongly say, stay away from all the non-desirable elements. The very first question I asked is, what is the difference between school and university? And you told me that it is independence. Independence brings lots of responsibility, and this is one. If you choose to indulge in any of these habits, it's your decision. And then the action taken by the authority is something you seek. Okay? So it's very important. What are the choices you are making? You have to make your honest choices. If you choose to indulge in any of these activities, the first onus lies on the students. We have code of conduct that will display every kind of public behavior. These are available. We also have a mechanism of internal complaint committee. This is for my girl student. Internal complaint committee is instituted in every institute, usually an employer where more than 10 people are working. And in case if the girl feels any kind of sexual harassment, or you feel any kind of harassment by your, the other counterpart, you can report it to ICC. You can also report it to the DOSA office. But this is as of now for the girls, not for the boys. If boys feel the same way, some girl have, the other way, or any of you have done something which is not acceptable, there is a provision of disciplinary committee. So where you have to report? In the disciplinary committee. A similar kind of complaint also, you may report it in this. For any other issues, you can report it in disciplinary, but only for something which is related to sexual harassment, you may report it here. Okay? There is a proper legal mechanism. That's why I am spending some time here. When you indulge in any of these committees, we are now, from this day onwards, we are now in a professionalism, right? So if you choose in any of the activity, there will be replication, there will be involvement. Choice is yours. What choices you want to choose will make you what person you want to become after 5 years or 4 years for the environment. So these are the email IDs. So you can put it complaints Sandeep Rawat, he will be always there in the evening hours, he will be available. For the day also there is a security services, you can report, you can immediately also report to the caretaker. These are the very first hand person who are easily available for you to address. These are some of the, as I mentioned, I think Madam has already shown some of the concerned department. So I want to just reiterate, if there is some issue related to academics, you have some issues related to classrooms, you have some issue related to course, you have some issues related to credits or something, Dean Academics is the office where you have to report. If you write to dosa@topper.u, I want to change my group, sorry, it's not in my domain, I may not even answer you. right? And then you say the mails are going unanswered. So, because you're in first year, you have to understand whom to approach. So, for any matter related to examination, any matter related to academics, Dr. Shruti Sharma and her office will be there. They'll obviously circulate you the mails, where to report, what to report. If you have any issue related to hostels, health facility, or related to the sports facility, you may come to the Dean's Student Affairs Office. Okay? So when you come to the Dean's Student Affairs Offices, you again go back to the website, check who is the concerned person. If you write every mail to DOSA, they will become unanswered. So it's better that you see. I've told you the mechanism. You first reach out to the caretaker, then you reach out to the warden. For societies, you reach out, you look at what are the email addresses of the societies, and then whom to report. So you must look at those email IDs. Some of the hostel allocation I have clearly mentioned. Scholarship, you can reach out to us. You have societies, any other matter related to DOSA office, you can reach out to us. Okay? For classes, exams, web kiosks, LMS, ma'am and Harsharanji will be. And for library, Dr. Shriram is available. We don't want it to bore you. So we've been very particular. What is the key information on this day we want to deliver? So library is one of the important aspects. He'll tell you how to explore library, what are the things. So he has already sent the email ID, you can search it. Now as I mentioned, we believe in student-centered learning. And when we say student-centered learning, it's very much, it's you. It's your education, you are the leader. We will be helping you. When the faculty come in the class, they help you to understand, facilitate the course, syllabi, and help you to get through with that course and make you to understand and make you a skilled person. But if the learner doesn't show himself, it will not help. So you are the leader of your education, not us. So do not be passive learning, be the active learning. It has to be personalized, honors it. It has to be personalized, it's my learning. It has to be engagement. You have to engage with the learning process. Okay? Autonomy, active learning, and critical thinking. And with AI, you must ask. If you don't ask, then AI will obviously lead. AI is a tool. I've done again many courses. We have so many AI courses happening across university. So now, once you ask, you will also understand that you don't have to scare. You don't have to. If one job's end, there will be another job arrangement, another job kind of the requirement will come up. So we are human beings, we know how to adjust ourselves, right? So I think that's very important when you are in a technical institute. Start learning. Be very, very active learner in all these aspects. One of the key issues that once you learn in first year, second year, and as you progress, what do you want to become? Every person who comes here on the stage, and you will be hearing many of them, I think Director Sir must have also spoken, people talk about you seeing after 4 years, and then you remember, okay, I did my graduation from Thapar Institute, so this is what I learned. And these are golden years. This is so many experience that you will learn here at this TIT. So you want to be something that Institute want you to enable, which we call graduate attributes. So you want to be a problem solver, you want to be a good communicator, you want to be a skilled person. So these are some of the graduate attributes that even the MBA, ACTs, they want all the programs and the graduate to have. And how will you have these? Not just by bookish knowledge, by communicating, by exploring things, by reading it, right? So these are some of the things that you must see. And as you see, only curriculum will not give you all these things. So you have to reach out to the co-curricular activities. You have to become the person that you thought of becoming. Help each other instead of only becoming the passive learning and then complaining, I have gone to the class, nothing happened, it was a waste of time, tomorrow I will not do the class. This is not going to solve any purpose. So when you come into the class, be there in the class physically and mentally both. When you are in doing gym, be there in gym physically, mentally both. Why you are doing gym? When you are in sports center, be there because you are there to improve your health, right? And you want to enjoy. Many of the students come from the schooling, and I understand. You have cleared such a tough examination of JEE. And so you have been doing a lot of desk sitting, right? So now I think relax. University will give you a lot of ample amount of time to relax. Even though you have 8 to 5 classes, you still have a lot of time to relax and think about yourself. Think about your well-being. So participate in co-curricular activities and be a lifelong learner. Okay? That's the last message I have for you. And so if you have some quick unanswered question I haven't still answered, you can ask. No, as of now, no. I'll be very honest, but we are keeping an eye. If it is required, we'll see. Right? As of now, it will be 8:30. But there are mechanisms. If you have to go to the library, you can take permissions. There is a mechanism. We'll inform you. So for library or even some students are doing hackathon. Dr. Ashish would be there, and he told me yesterday that sometime when the students are participating in hackathon or they are working for society, they take permissions and then they book the TAN auditorium or LT, LP. So, but it has to come through the permission, and we do give that permission. But we don't want students to roam around on roads. It's an 8:30, which is quiet hours. You understand what is quiet hours? What is it? So quiet hours are the same. This is fine. So there is a concept in abroad which they call it as quiet hours after 8 p.m. You don't want to disturb public, right? There are faculty, there are colleagues. We don't want to. So if we reduce, if we delay the timings, student will still create. So if somebody still needs some time extension for a purpose, you reach out to that concerned head of the department, societies, or whatever work that you people are doing. You will get a permission. Okay? So the mechanism is already there. Anything else you want to ask?
Is the library open 24 hours a day? Or
So library, you will hear it in a minute because Shri Ramji. So I am not answering deliberately because anything more. Yes, please. Which faculty? Gym faculty. No, gym is as of now for the hostels, right? Because obviously there is a mechanism like non-hostels cannot go to the other hostel. We also have a mechanism that you cannot cross hostel, to be very honest, because it becomes very difficult to maintain a disciplinary. So we don't want, so hostel is like home, right? Your hostel is like your home. You don't want visitors coming to the hostel and then there are security issues. So the residents will be allowed, and then there are few who are the people who are looking after. We defer and we strongly defer. You have already observed that even during the transition we did not allow parents to much to go till the room. Although the staff may help you, but that is because of the security, because there are number of students. Otherwise everybody will go and then you cannot trace who did what. So that is for this purpose. Yes. Are there any more questions? So I hope you will communicate a lot from DOSA office and you will make a meaningful contribution and you will enjoy all this 4 years and you will graduate from TIT at the way you thought of yourself. So wish you all the best. Thank you.
Thank you so much, ma'am, for your valuable insights on student life and enriching ecosystem that TIT offers. Now, we are delighted to extend a warm welcome to Professor Sri Ram, who is the head of Namanalanda Library at TIT. With a prolific academic background, Professor Sri Ram has contributed significantly to the field of library and information sciences through his publications in esteemed peer-reviewed international and national journals. His extensive knowledge and expertise undoubtedly enhance the resources and services provided by our library, fostering an enhanced academic environment for our students and faculty. Kindly join me in welcoming Professor Sri Ram.
Thank you. Thank you. Okay, so warmly welcome from library side also. So as Sidul, I am Dr. Sriram, librarian and head of the Central Library. So just brief about the library and And since open day or since so many times you people have learned about the library, one of the best library in the world, and all these things. And we mean it. We are trying to provide best of the services for you so that your research and your academic research along with your different activity you are doing in the lab. So we have been ranked one of the best library in terms of architecture. You might have visited the library and you have seen that. So centrally located, 5-story building, completely green building sort of things, lot of natural light, gardens, open space, lot of seating space, more than 1,050 seats at a time. You can enjoy sitting from 8 o'clock morning till 8:30 p.m. in the evening. And all these floors have been taken care for different kind of activity. Ground floor having different prospects. So the first floor having different kind of information, different kind of books, different kind of services. The second floor is all together stacked with a lot of books. So all the engineering disciplines you will find at the second floor. The third floor is sort of more engaging space where you will find a lot of group discussion rooms. You will find a lot of reference books at third floor. You will find the book bank area. So each and every floor is having different purpose, having different kind of collections, and most importantly the top floor. The fourth floor where you will find the copper satellite project. So the ground station, monitoring station, and that space is completely quiet zone. So we are insisting the student, you can roam around all other floors, you can have discussions, you can have some kind of chat, but at the top floor we are expecting that whenever you visit the top floor, you should maintain the silence, because not every places you need to speak. At some places you need to be quiet also. And we are getting a lot of appreciation from the student that we have made a very good space at the fourth floor, where at least we can, whoever want a silent study, they can enjoy reading at fourth floor. So please cooperate with us, try to maintain dignity, try to maintain silence, and enjoy the reading space in the library. So timing, so one question came, library is whether it is 24/7 or not. So we are open from 8:30 to 8 a.m. morning to 8:30 p.m. And I think one of the most ideal time for any kind of study, reading and study. We are only closed on national holidays or sometimes Holi Diwali sort of vacations, not our library is almost completely open. अब एक क्वेश्चन होता है 24 घंटे खुला है, 24 घंटे करूँ क्या? So our resources are accessible at 24/7. अगर आपको लग रहा है कि वो जो 8 बजे से लेकर 8:30 तक कम है, तो आपके जो लाइब्रेरी के रिसोर्सेज है वो 24 घंटे आपको अपने मोबाइल पे, आपके टैब पे, आपके लैपटॉप पे, आपके डेस्कटॉप पे, इज completely available. Only thing is you need to understand how to access those things. We are also extending library timings during the examination. Almost 1 month before EST and before AMST, we are extending library timing up to 10 p.m. And it's all depend upon your hostel timing. If your hostel timing is 8:30, so we are operating according to that only. But in the examination time, we are almost opening library up to 10, for 1 month up to 10 p.m. So we will keep on notification, keep on notifying. We get notification from those office as well as library that library timing has been extended up to 10 p.m. We have a lot of spaces for self-study. We have 13 group discussion rooms. We have a seminar hall. We have a presentation practice room. We have research consultation. So many students, you are going to be engaged with the society. In case you require any space for your group project, group discussions, you are most welcome to use the library. Only requirement is the timing for the group discussion will be only for 2 hours. You cannot give open-ended time for you to occupy group discussion room for your personal business. So come with an objectivity, use these spaces for your study or whatever the projects you want to do. Because abhi the projects करना शुरू करेंगे तो you will come in the group. Buggy project करना है या कोई capstone project करना है, तो you require your team to be there. So एक GD room book करने के लिए there is a GD room booking system. You have to log in with your ID, bring all those people into the group and book the GD room, and you will be notified about that your GD room has been booked for 2 hours. And in case you require extension, so you have to notify us. And please do not play with the system. अगर आप play करोगे तो नुकसान आपको होगा, right? Seminar hall, many a times people wanted to conduct the literary events. So you can use that seminar hall and the booking system is the same. You have to notify us. We will allocate the time for you so that you can use seminar hall for the more than 1.46 lakh books, more than 4 lakhs e-books, 12,000 plus research journal, 10,000 plus research journal, proceedings, standards. All these things are available completely online system except physical books. So whenever you require these things, we are going to send you a lot of emails about the availability of these resources, how you are going to access it. So please keep on checking your emails and you will get acquainted with the information about the library, how you are going to access these resources. Our system is completely online. So we have an online public access catalog, library.copper.edu. You please note down this. Whenever you want to find any books, you can just go to this portal, search the books, find the details, you can check your circulation history, you can find out, you can do reservations. In case any book is not available in the library, you just put a hold on the book and you will get a notification that your book is available in the library, please put it within 24 hours. The book will be kept for 24 hours for you. Once you can walk into the library and you can get a book issued on your name. We are going to send you continuous reminder about any books which is not being returned on time. So today morning also I got an email from one student. We have sent around 50 emails. Can you imagine? 50 emails requesting him to return the books on time. And now he has a lot of fine on his account. So please don't ignore any email received from any of the unit from the department. At copper.edu, whatever the email you are getting, please don't ignore it. Otherwise, it is going to pay a lot of consequences on you. Right? So, be careful, read the emails and respond to those emails saying that whatever the requirement subject matter of that email is. You are going to get 10 books for 30 days. You can also get one book bank books for 30 days. We are also letting you to borrow 2 short-term books. Short-term books का मतलब होता है कि 2 दिन के लिए आप issue कर सकते हैं. If any book is not available for regular issue, not available for 30 days, then you can borrow for 2 days. So that you can complete your assignments, you can complete your. We have also a lot of completion books. If you planning to appear for GATE, if you are planning to appear for IAS, PCS, English Service Examination, competitive examination, how to face interview, how to face all other kind of examination, we have a lot of content available for that purpose also. Very soon you are going to get your enrollment number and your identity card will be issued from office of the DOSA. You will be getting notification and please ensure that every time once you enter the library, ID card is mandatory. So you have to mark your attendance at the gate. You can use that. This is basically a smart card, RFID card. So we have already RFID system in place. You can borrow using that card. You can borrow books yourself. You can return the books yourself. So we are not going to interfere in between. Only in case of problem, we are going to help you. But you are fully the services of the library is fully automated. You are independently going to handle the machines. You are going to look at different services in the library. So ID card is one of the mandatory requirement, and very often we are going to ask you whether you are carrying your ID card. So security gate fully secured. All three gates have been RFID enabled. Security fully secured. We have a self-check system. You can borrow books with your own convenience. You can return books without any problem at the main gate. There is a book drop system, so you just place the book and return it. Security staff is already there to help you. All the electronics resources are accessible 24/7. So as I listed the number of electronic resources available in the library. So if you have research-oriented interest, you can use these electronic resources as per your requirement. So we are going to give you all the details. We are going to send you all the details how you are going to access these resources at your own level. We have a lot of e-books that include your syllabus content also. We can PSN, Level Francis, IEEE, whole range of electronic books are available. And most importantly, we are also subscribing Kindle books. So if you are mobile, you want to read books on Kindle, you can contact us. We will activate it so that you can access those books on the Kindle devices as well. There is a special baggage counter in front of the library. You must have seen that. You have to keep your bag there. And I humbly request each and everyone not to keep any valuables. Please do not keep money. Please do not leave your jewelries, ornaments, anything in the bag. So there may be chances that some of the your colleague play with these things and you will come to या मेरे CCTV दिखा दो कि मेरा पैसा चोरी हो गया, मेरा लैपटॉप चला गया, मेरा मोबाइल चला गया, मेरी मूर्ति निकल गई. So this is happening. So please try to learn these things, not to keep anything into the bag, so that you will also save. You will be also able to help you in a nice way, rather than searching your valuables who has taken it. क्योंकि ये डोसा के फिर पास जाएगा, वो CCTV फुटेज निकाला जाएगा, डोसा को भेजा जाएगा, फिर it will come into disciplinary action, right? Few of the important websites you have to remember. First one is the library website, cl.copper.edu. Please go to this site, browse it, different links available there. So we keep on informing you important information about the library, notices, all these things, and you will find major information available on the library website. Library.copper.edu enables you to search the books, find out the status, know your outstanding, how to pay a fine, everything is there on library.copper.edu website. We have NPTEL local chapter. So tomorrow, if you want to gain additional certification on any topic, so you are invited to register these courses. They are completely free. Only thing is, in case you want a certificate, you have to register for the examination. So very small amount of 1,000 is the certification charges. So register for the examination, pay the amount, and get a certificate on this. And I'm happy to say that every year more than 700 to 800 students are appearing for NPTEL examination. You can all together you can go to NPTEL certification exam, but in case you require certificate, this is going to add additional value to your placement examinations. You can proudly say that I have done certification to NPTEL. And all these courses are being conducted by IIMs, IITs, ISIS, and major central university of India. Right? So you can get additional certification to these NPTEL courses. Discipline is and decorum is one of the major concerns for us as Dean of the Student Office. I already told you that there is a very major part of your life and campus is the discipline. So how disciplined you are each and every place, not only classrooms, not only labs, but also in the library. So we are very, very particular about this discipline, and we are expecting that whenever you are coming to the library, you are going to behave properly. You are going to focus only on the study. Whatever 2 hours, 3 hours time you have left out of your classes and labs, you are going to invest in your study by looking at the books, by looking at the lectures, by making use of these spaces for your discussion, not indulging in any kind of indiscipline activities. This is another very big concern. We are trying to inculcate a culture of respect for each other, and I am expecting from this batch also to behave in the library in a proper way. And I let you know that we have taken very serious step with the sum of the students that includes some of the university as well, right, on this ground. So madam is already there, what kind of ICC rules are there, what kind of other disciplinary actions are there. So in library, if such kind of things happen, maybe it is going to be embarrassing for your parents and embarrassing for you, right? So whole system is under CCTV coverage. So wherever you move, everyone is watching. Security system is watching, administration is watching, DOSA office is watching, factory is watching. Everyone is having an eye on this, what you are doing in the library, right? Mobile phones, we promote to use mobile phone in the library, but not for talking, not for gossiping, not for chit-chatting. Because our electronic, the library is already available on electronic format, so you are supposed to use electronic devices for accessing the content, not for watching. So, in library, all the staircases, there are several staircases there, and staircases have especially dedicated space for mobile phone talking. We have a big posters, so this space is for mobile phone discussion. So please do not speak on phone where students are sitting and studying, because it is going to create a problem for you. It is going to create a problem for others who are seriously looking at studying of their country. They came into the library for study only, not for mobile phone talking. So use alternative spaces where there is a lot of space to speak on mobile phone. We have a circulation counter, fully functional from 8 to 8:30. Please, if any kind of problem you are having, just walk into the circulation counter, we are going to help you. Every floor we have a staff desk, they are always available there. If you have any concern, please let the staff know, they are going to help you. We have a dedicated email ID, helpcl@harvard.edu. For any kind of problem, please keep on writing and be sure that we are going to respond within the shortest time, that we understand the importance of your message. So immediately we are going to respond, and one person is dedicatedly looking at email at every moment, and they are going to reply your email immediately once they get an email from the student. Even if you are not getting answers, you may call us. Our landline phones is on the circulation counter. They can always going to answer on the phone as well. Right? So online system is there. Dr. Hostel is going to explain e-ticket system. So you have to visit e-ticket.harvard.edu. There is a dedicated section in the library. So we are also going to respond to that e-ticket system as well. Right? So we are on the Facebook, Central Library, Harvard University, on LinkedIn, and as PID, and on Instagram, central.pid. So you can just follow us on social media. And if you have any questions, do let me know, because a very key speaker is here, one of the proud alumni standing in front of here, and we are lined with other lecturers. That's all. Thank you.
Thank you, sir, for showing us how library can become a living and breathing hub of knowledge and research. So now, freshers, has anyone of you heard about Misho? Can I please see a raise of hands? So we have a surprise for you all. It gives me great pleasure to welcome an exceptional leader and innovator to our midst, Mr. Alok Sharma, the Director of Engineering at Misho. Mr. Sharma is a seasoned engineering leader with over 16 years of experience in building secure, scalable, and high-performance systems. An entrepreneur at heart, he co-founded a tech venture that grew to $6 million in annual recurring revenue, serving over 300,000 active users. His work plays a pivotal role in ensuring Meesho remains innovation-driven, secure, and accessible to millions, especially empowering small businesses across India. Please join me in giving a warm welcome to Mr. Alok Sharma.
Good morning, everyone. Thank you so much, Khushbu, for introducing our speaker, Mr. Alok Sharma. As Khushbu has already mentioned, that he's a seasoned and very senior industry leader. We are really privileged to have him with us today. My name is Dr. Urmi Mehta, and I head the Center for Industry Licensing and Placements at the Thapar University. On behalf of our department and the entire faculty fraternity and the student community, it's an honor to welcome here our first speaker for this year. We have a special student success vertical where we invite very senior leaders from the industry who have been recruiting from us year on year. Going forward with this legacy, we have invited Mr. Alok Sharma to address this class. He is here to inspire all of you and welcome you formally in this world where we are working together to bring the corporate and the academia together. We have a small presentation where we talk about our department to all of you in the way we engage with the corporate. We'll just check if Mr. Alok has ready with this presentation, else we'll take 1 minute and go through ours. Alok, do we have a minute? Alok is setting up his presentation. He is actually specially flown in from Bangalore to meet us all today. So Meesho is our day one recruiter, and they've been hiring top talent from Thapar year on year. Just to give you a brief background, because placements is very close to all of you, we would like to introduce our department, which is going to work with you for your internships and placements, and also bringing the corporate closer to all of you. Here's a small snapshot about us, the way we engage with the corporates. We invite very big corporate leaders to engage with our students, and then they provide opportunities for students to work on real life problems, hackathons, and internships. So that's a brief about us. Are we presenting? One second, we'll just project. You might identify some of them by the brand names. Be it the IT sector, the consulting, financial services, pharmaceutical. We have the top names, Fortune 500 companies, biggest startups that come and hire from Thapar year on year. The list is never ending, from telecommunications to energy to automobile, infrastructure, FMCG, conglomerates, oil and gas, and travel. The list is never ending. Any brand name Indian stock companies and conglomerates that you may have heard, they trust Thakur talent and believe that you are going to be the leaders of the future. These are some of the startups, and every year more and more startups continue to work with us. This is a snapshot of how the average CTCs have been year on year. The offers year on year vary from full-time opportunities and PPO conversions. As we look at this slide, we see that last year the highest offer went to 1.323 crores and the average CTC was above 11.25 lakhs. For certain departments it's certain higher, for certain roles it's certainly definitely higher. We'll just move to the next slide. We are having a glitch in uploading Alok's PPT. We'll take 1 minute to do that. Final year, which means 1 year before they graduate, companies start visiting us. The top 5% of the students are placed in the average CTC bracket of 33.35 lakhs. Top 10% of the students average 25.5 lakhs, and at least 50% of the students are placed above 16 lakh rupees. These are some of the new age roles that have been coming to us. As you know, that we have a diversity of courses being offered, from data scientists to AI engineers to system analysts to hardware engineers. The list is never ending. Not only that, there are some business roles and roles coming from the software side of things, which are also hiring, maybe managed on the management and consulting side, that are coming to hire on campus. So if you discover what your real calling is over a period of next 3 years, the sky is the limit for you. So with this, we wrap up our presentation, and I think we are ready for Alok to speak with you and inspire you for your future. Over to you, Alok.
Hey folks, am I audible? Great. I think there are always some software problems when you start, right? Great, so it's about 21. So I was probably in the same state, joining college about more than 20 years back. I had no clue about how do you get from a college campus onto an industry. So when Baba sir asked me to talk about how to bridge out this gap, I was like excited, right? I mean, we are all engineers. As engineers, you are going to be engineers in 4 years or so. As engineers, we are always problem solvers, right? So that's why now we will be talking about how do we engineer out our future itself. So I have around 17 years of experience across multiple companies, right from I joined in a startup which was into software security itself. I did my engineering I completed my engineering in 2008 in ECE. Back then it was all electronics and computers were also there, but this was supposed to be the core branch out then. I transitioned from a smaller startup onto McAfee and then onto Intel. I also tried out some of the consumer-related companies itself, like Twitter, and then I thought, why not do your own startup? You you learn the most when you deep dive as much as running everything yourself, right? So I did my own startup. We raised about 2 million. A lot of learnings there in terms of how do engineers transition into running a business itself. Currently, I head some of the central platform teams at Misho, teams like data engineering, experimentation. I also lead the security, the compliance engineering here at Misho. Great. So, what happens when after 4 years or maybe 3 years you do your you appear for campus interviews and get into a company like Misho? So, as an engineer who is working on real life problems, we get to design out end-to-end user experiences, which are basically ensuring out that we are catering to the experiences of the user, we are personalizing the experience for users itself. We get to deal with all kinds of problems, especially when we deal with problems at scale. When we say scale, it's basically you can imagine a lot of maybe 1 million, 10 million users reaching out to your software or your servers and wanting to do their own activity out there. So hence we deal with lots of problems when it comes to how we design out these systems, what new problems happen on the hardware layer, on the software layer, across the whole stack. We also get to develop multiple platforms which solve a lot of horizontal problems. We also get to develop multiple features that our end users see or affect out our end users. We collaborate out first with the business teams. It's not a single player game that we are into. We are into a collaborative game wherein technology and business work hand in hand to create lots and lots of value. Then we get to track how the code that you write, the features that you develop, actually do in production in terms of adding out value. Yeah, so one part is the technology part. The other part is a lot of the behavioral aspects of what work culture, company culture, or what aspects needs to be there in all of us to ensure we are successful. Some of the core mantras I'm talking about, the mantras from Misho itself, these could vary across different companies, but as a user company, as a company which always puts user into perspective, we first think about user first. We also think about problem first. From a problem first perspective, I think this is a very important skill for all of us, especially at when you're joining in college. I know you folks know that, okay, there are certain problems that we don't have solved for. For example, it might be something that is not available on Google, it's not easily available. You thought, okay, I need to find, maybe get me a can of Coke at 11 p.m. at night. And that's a problem. Back in 2008, there wasn't a solve for it. There was somebody who thought about the same problem and solved this out end to end, right from the software onto the business proposition and so on. So figuring out what problems are there and solving them out is the key. We also have what 10x ideas can you look at, what long-term thinking can you think of. It's not just about what is happening today, 2025. When you pass in 2029, what will be the situation at that time? All that matters quite a bit. So when you think about or what actions you take today, you need to think about the future as well, that how would the future play out. Then we talk about growth mindset. Growth mindset is not about having a mindset of continuously learning, being updated with what's happening new, being open to taking feedback, and learning to ensure that you're updated with the newer trends in the industry. Because technology and business always keeps on moving at a pace which is higher than what we all can imagine. So we need to keep on updating ourselves so that we are able to adapt to the newer situations. And then always putting the team and the company over just your how to quickly adapt to a newer skill. Yeah, I think folks are all smart. That's right. So when it comes to being able to adapt to the software industry, we look at some of these foundational skills, which is things like data structure and algorithms, which is more of getting to be better at problem solving. How do we utilize our machines or computers in the most efficient way? We need to know programming languages, but we need to know the concept behind these programming languages, which is how do we efficiently handle out the computers so that they can do what we want them to do. And it's also important not just looking at, not being tied to only one piece of technology, language, or a system, but having an overall end-to-end understanding of how systems work. When I say systems, these are, there is a database, there is a server, there are caching systems. When it comes to deploying software for actual end users, there are multiple system-related aspects that come into play. We need to get deep into maybe how the data is moving within the computers itself, within one computer. How do different computers interact amongst themselves to solve or break down a large problem into smaller problems and then achieve the large problem itself. Today, AI literacy is critical. The world is getting changed drastically by using out AI. So, knowing about AI, maybe going and integrating out with these LLMs, the models, knowing about what embeddings are, how do you utilize them to solve your real life problem. A real life problem could be maybe how do I get better at exams, right? Everything that happens here can be recorded, it could be transcribed, and you could figure out, and there are models to transcribe out speech to text, and then text to now intelligence as well, right? And then soft skills, right? No problem can be solved without coordination with your team members, other users, other investors. So, knowing about problem solving, having that analytical mind, and having the continuous learning mindset is also super critical. So it's not only technical skills or only AI literacy which can do all the magic. You need to have the end-to-end skill set to ensure that you are able to do great work. Okay, so what happens in college is definitely critical, right? Knowing about the right algorithms is important. But then how do you apply it out to a real life use case? To a use case which is a problem that you face is also very critical. So figuring out the right practical applications, keeping the curiosity that you had back when you were maybe just 6 years old or 5 years old is also important. You should have the same kind of curiosity to build out whatever dreams are possible. Right? It's not just about individual assignments now when you get into the industry. It will be about really abstract problems which you would not know a solution for. Right? You need to break down, collaborate out with your users, with your product stakeholders, with your business stakeholders, to figure out how do you solve it out in small parts and then match up those small parts to the larger outcomes itself. And then staying updated with industry trends. Industry trends are always changing. When I started off, cloud was just taking off. Amazon had just launched their storage service, but now, and then it was mobile, then now it's AI, and it's always changing, ever changing. So you need to be updated and you need to learn things very quickly. So okay, let's do like a thought experiment. Maybe two of you each find a partner next to you, maybe the left side, and talk about what is the most craziest dream that you have, that you want to achieve in maybe by the time you pass out of Harvard. And don't restrict yourself. These are, anything is achievable in today's world. Some people are done, but some people are collaborating quite a bit. Okay, who thinks that the other person had like a really crazy idea? Oh, no crazy ideas? For the front benchers, can you talk about the one in red t-shirt? Can you talk about what crazy idea you folks discussed about?
Like I discussed or we discussed?
Anyone, whichever you thought crazy.
No, it was nothing crazy. It was all normal, like how we want to be different than what we are right now, how we want to be more social, how we want to be more recognizable. And this engineering course is more like a stepping stone, and it's like almost like a backup option because there are other things I wanted to do in life. So this is a stepping stone.
Somebody in the back, because I was a backbencher, so I completely empathize with the folks at the back. Can somebody there speak up? Okay, any volunteers, folks? Beautiful. Person in beach color. Anyone, I mean, why do I have to come there? What do you think? You. Yeah. Yes.
startup culture का ये
Okay. What kind of startup culture? What's the problem statement?
जैसे हम कोई प्रॉपर्टी लेते हैं वो सब एक पेपर वर्क में होता है इससे हम गूगल फॉर्म की तरह अपना ही एक एप्लीकेशन बना के इसे ऑनलाइन फॉर्म
Yes.
I just want to work under Sir Demis Hassabis, the CEO of Google DeepMind.
That'll be a bit louder.
just want to, if I get to have a project under Sir Temis Sabus, the CEO of Google DeepMind, the neural networking. Basically, I want to go into software genetics, the neural and computations.
Great. So, see, projects, I think time's up. After this class, you folks are going to keep on discussing. But, see, projects are there which help you demonstrate out what skills you have, what kind of problem discovery you do. It basically spikes out that inner passion in you to do your best, right? I mean, and even from an employment perspective, employers look at the same kind of drive in you when it comes to looking at the kind of projects that you've undertaken in your past. Now, there could be multiple kinds of projects, you know. I mean, I think another tidbit here, who do you think has more resources when it comes to building out projects today? Is it Mark Zuckerberg or is it you folks? Mark Zuckerberg back in when he started, when he was in college, or you folks? Yes, because right now you have access to lots and lots of knowledge. Every information is available on the tip of your phones. You have access to intelligence with all the large language models. You have access to huge amount of resources from the college. You have amazing teachers who are there to guide you. So you have the same kind or maybe not better resources when it comes to doing everything that you want with respect to your ideas and bringing it into action. Who knows about open source? What is open source contribution? What is open source software? Yeah?
Source codes are available online.
Okay, yeah. Yeah, so open source software is where people contribute to some software centrally, which gets utilized without a licensing, without a paid subscription or so, right? These are these contributions. If you go and contribute out to an open source software which has good adoption, you get again a lot of learnings first, and then you get a lot of recognition as well, because and then ultimately you get satisfaction that the work that you've done is getting utilized to bring in improvement or some impact onto multiple users itself. So build out these personal projects, participate out in hackathons, have a campus hackathon, right? There are multiple university projects that are there. You will figure out a lot of problems when it comes to the campus itself. Go and solve them. These problems, the same way. Facebook started with the problem of how do you connect people within a campus and see how it has scaled now, right? So solve real problems, focus on problems where you see, where you also have the pain point, or your community or your family face that same pain point itself. And showcase it out, right? Today you can start building things in public. And the great thing about doing things in public is people will give you feedback as well. You can keep on improving upon the ideas that the community also brings up. Okay, the next thing is internships. Maybe it's too early, but do look at internships once you gain that critical mass of knowing about systems, knowing about programming languages, knowing about computers. They help you gain, again, they get you to a real life industry situation, industry problem. You can build out like a professional network, and you can also understand actually what happens in a company. I know I talked about it theoretically, but the reality is when you get there, every company will be different. There will be some difference in the company culture, because of which it is successful or not as successful as it can be, right? I think we discussed about when do we want to intern, right? How do you land into one, right? And then you definitely need to do the previous work of knowing the theory well, applying out into the real life scenarios, and then that is how you build out your own portfolio, right? And then you network out with similar professionals, maybe your alum in other companies, and you also practice out interviews to crack such internships. I can't stress more on that continuous learning and constant improvement is like the key to success in this evolving era, right? So you've got multiple online resources at this point of time. Google, Facebook, Meta, Nvidia, Coursera, all of them have like lots and lots of knowledge available, right? It's just about you figuring out what is the area that you want to specialize out on, what area interests you, right? And no knowledge or no learning goes waste. You never know when that learning would get utilized later on, right? I mean, you can always seek out mentorship, knowing from people who've already done that before always helps. Yeah, I think I'm open to questions that you folks have. Any questions about the software industry, your career path, skill development? Yes? Yes? Okay, so the folks, the question is, how do you keep yourself motivated?
Or like whenever you are like feeling low about yourself, like medicine nahi hoga. Yeah, whenever you feel like you become fun, yeah, not good. Then how do you cope with it?
Sure. I think one is you need to, I'm always a technology person right from the beginning, and I'm always motivated about solving large problems. Right? When you know that there is a large, important problem to be solved, I think that demotivation part, even though it might come in temporarily, but when you think about the large big picture, you would always think that, okay, all this is going there to create lots and lots of value. So, I mean, personally, I do run. I am into running. That opens up my mind. It helps me reduce out the stress. Right? But the major thing is, how do you keep yourself motivated towards being able to solve a large problem? Right? And then it's that mission that keeps you inspired to work. Yes? Yeah, so this is an expected question. How is AI going to be integrated into jobs? So AI is already getting integrated right now itself, right? If you must have all heard about GitHub Copilot, right? So there are multiple more tools which are making writing code very easy, right? But then that brings up the question that then why do we need a software engineering job, right? What do you folks think? Why do we need software engineering job with AI writing a lot of code? Anyone?
To handle AI, we also need software.
Sorry?
To handle AI, we also need software engineering.
Come on.
AI को handle करने के लिए भी तो software engineers चाहिए.
Yeah, that is one. You first need to, I mean, it is software engineers who are building out the applications of AI into the real world. Right? But if AI is writing all the code, then who's going to validate that the code that is written, is it satisfying out the real requirement or not? Right? How do you manage multiple AI agents together to achieve a purpose or to achieve your large goal? Right? So there is definitely the amount of software that is going to be written is definitely going to increase. Right? Now, building out your idea, taking your ideas into action to validate out has become a lot more easier. I think that is definitely an impact. We ourselves have now started to use a lot of these AI tools to ensure that we are able to be a lot more productive. Right? So all of you should use AI, but don't forget that ultimately there are points, there are times when AI will not help you solve that exact problem. Like knowing about what Misho's customer is, and AI will not know. Right? AI has not gone and interacted with a customer who is in a rural town. Right? But we as Misho folks will go into and understand each and every user problem and then translate that problem into solutions. And like someone mentioned, it will be about how do we instrument out and utilize out AI to create real value. Yeah, next. Yes.
Sir, how do you cultivate a good work culture in your team?
Yeah, I think it's mantras that I talk about, right? It's always putting your team first and company first, rather than individual first. Always having the sense of growth mindset, which is how do we grow ourselves into the newer challenges that are coming up. We also look, as a leader, I also have to look into, am I able to align individual growth onto team's growth, and the team's growth onto the company's growth. And then there is this whole cycle of ensuring that the company is growing to ensure that the individuals are also growing. Right? So it's that flywheel that as a leader I have to look into. Yes?
With the new dissection of jobs, even in the like computing field, like we have full stack development, UI, UX, AI, ML and all. So but we'll see that now the UI department, the web development, it's declining because the AI can handle the front end development and all. But there's this AI, ML, then we have big data analytics. So can we like somewhat a little bit categorical, like according to you, which field possesses a greater future because we are startups, in which field we can invest more time, and which field the AI will handle mostly the part which won't need much of it.
I think, like you mentioned, the front-end engineering is handled quite well with the current AI tools that are there, right? But ensuring that the whole system works well is also critical, right? So one thought here is that people will become a lot more product engineers instead of only software engineers, wherein they will look at everything from understanding of what the current product managers do, which is knowing out their user problem, knowing out their business problem, figuring out how you translate those problems into actual systems, actual code itself, how do you integrate out now creating a UI which is generic, which is for 100 users is one thing, but maybe the AI that is there is not trained for handling out or bringing in all the most optimal strategies which involves when the number of users increase to 100 million. Right? It is good for 0 to 1 prototyping, but when it comes to large scale, I don't think it is still there. Right? Now, in this new world, what will happen is there will always be platforms. Right? Because platforms like there will be big data platforms, there will be infrastructure platforms, there will be, because we need to utilize out the underlying computers a lot more efficiently. Right? So there will be that platform layer, there will be a product engineering layer, and then there is that model building layer as well. So these are the three main areas which will be there: infra, the models, and then the application development or product engineering layer. And I think each of these areas will have lots and lots to improvise on, lots and lots to grow, right? Because the amount of work that happens on the application layer is quite a bit. That's why we always need software engineers. The amount of software engineers that we need to solve out all these world problems are quite, we are not there yet. Right? So I think the number of jobs will increase itself. Right? It's just that what we do would definitely change, would definitely evolve. It will also be about how well you understand out the systems, how well you understand out the models, how well you understand out how you bring in all the context that a business problem has onto these models, onto the software system itself. So it's definitely an interesting world, right? And you should do whatever interests you well and be the best at it. If you are best at it, then be it any area, you will be able to do you will be able to get a career definitely out of it. Yeah, somebody in the last. Can you come here or you have to be really loud? Sure. I think I'll take my personal experience. Like, is basically whatever you're passionate about. It might be that there will be 40, 50 subjects that you will go through in your 4 years, right? But not all the subjects will be as interesting as you would find it. But the subjects that you find interesting, go deep into it. Right? Like to me, I am an electronics and communication engineer. I definitely like the digital electronics part, the computer architecture part, and then the data structures and algorithms part. And there was this intrinsic motivation from my side to do more about it, not just from a marks perspective, but to go deep into it and to be better and the best at it. Right? So focus on the areas that you get passionate about. One is you need to be, your environment should be such that you get into not many areas that you can discover. But then whenever you find areas that you love, go into it, go all in into it, and be the best at it. Yeah?
Can someone get a job like yours in the starting phase of his career, like at a big course, or you have to move on gradually?
Okay, that's interesting. Yeah, so I think I've seen, like my CTO recently, he's definitely younger than me, right? But it's about the amount of effort that you put in, but you don't directly become like an engineering leader, because to lead, you need to lead by example, right? If I just come and tell that I'm your leader, that doesn't work. Respect is not just what it's earned itself, right? So, if I have to lead by example, I need to know the kind of problems my teams can get into, and if they get into it, I should be able to get them out of those problems. Right? So it's about that experience of knowing what are the different problems, what are the different approaches to it, matters. Now, if you have that experience while by the time you pass out of college, then they will make you an engineering leader, right?
Does age really count? Like if you're younger, you don't listen, right?
No, I don't think so. See, when Zuckerberg became like, Zuckerberg was a CEO and he was handling engineers who were not older than them, right? I mean, it's about the value proposition that you bring onto the table, right? If the value proposition that you bring in, the kind of decisions that you can take, the kind of impact that you can create is there, then everything is possible. The sky is the limit, right? And age is just a number, right? It's about, are you able to create that impact, that value to the organization, to the end users? Because if I don't create value for the end users, then high value is limited, right? It's always like a cyclic dependency between the business and the engineering, right? It's always some of the other business value that we are deriving out of all our engineering efforts that we undertake. Yeah?
So, well, what do you see the future of this new trend, vibe coding, and especially in the field of ML? Like, I'm way too keenly interested in the usage of ML in quant.
Okay. Yeah, first of all, vibe coding, definitely vibe coding is there, right? I mean, but vibe coding is definitely quite effective when it comes to 0 to 1 initiative. 0 to 1 meaning maybe you're prototyping a new tool. You would be able to maybe write a prompt and you'll get some piece of code, right? But when it comes to ensuring that it runs and it scales across multiple users, maybe the infra layer becomes quite important, right? And the systems that will utilize out the code that was vibe coded become a lot more critical.
Well, by the usage of ML, like, मेरा code काफी efficiently run कर रहा है, even if I vibe coded that.
So, ML was always there. It's not that ML was not there, right? What has happened now is, with the large language models, we have very good understanding of the actual world in terms of our language, our context, into a machine layer itself. Right? Okay, great. It was good talking to you all. Thank you.
Thank you so much, sir, for your very good insights. Now, I would request Professor Ajender Singh Jawanda and Professor Hemdat Joshi to come forward to facilitate our guest, Mr. Alok Sharma, with a token of respect.
I thank Alok for a beautiful beginning on your first day, which has, I think, done a good bridging of what we wanted to say. That you're going to go through academics, but you have to prepare finally for the industry. And the kind of knowledge which you get from books and doing projects within the curriculums is one part. The other is prepare yourself for the open-ended problems, the ones which challenge industry every day. And there is the difference. So for that, please give another round of applause for Alok. And we are available, of course, in the Center for Industrialization and Placement to help you further bridge your journey. And what is it that really counts in the industry, we would be able to help you out. So thank you so much, and calling on the next speaker.
Next up, welcome Dr. Harcharanjit Singh, the backbone of our IT systems. He ensures that everything tech-related at Thapar, from portals to platforms, runs seamlessly. His quiet efficiency powers the digital side of our academic experience, making sure that you stay connected, informed, and supported. He has over 21 years of experience in developing and managing web applications, ERP, databases, system performance optimization, network security, IT infrastructure, and more. Kindly join me in welcoming Dr. Harcharanjit Singh, sir.
Hello. Good morning. So it's already, I think, noon, right? We are sitting for already 3 hours, right? So most of you are exhausted, right? So I will quickly go through because this session actually gives you exposure to the system that we have here in creative, through which you will be connected to learn connect with our IT systems, right? And we will show you. Okay, no, it is fine. Yes, fine. Okay. So we will go through quickly about our tools because we are already overloaded, right? So many of you are already exhausted. So we will start with our this LMS. Actually, we built this LMS during COVID time because there is a requirement for the teachers to be connected with the students during that time, and still it is going on, and there are contents which faculty puts on, and you need to submit the assignments and you need to go through the quizzes. So we will show you how you will be connected with your teachers. So our agenda will be that we will explore you the Thabar LMS, and then our complete ecosystem that we build, because classes are mostly offline, but you will still get an opportunity to connect through online during your journey, next 4-year journey here, right? So we will go through the demo also, and there is also a web kiosk and a campus ERP for academic portal to see your student performances, like how much you are getting marks in MST, quizzes, sessionals, and how they are translated into grades. And then later on, at the end of the semester, they will be converted into CGPA, SGPA, right? And you can directly get this information from that portal. And then we have an e-ticket support system where you can directly connect it to get the help and support from our support team regarding your topics, like you are getting problem with the email, or you are getting problem with some LMS, some technical issue maybe, right? So for that, you need not to reach out to anybody. You just raise an e-ticket anywhere you are sitting. Our team will resolve your issue through online, or maybe go to your place and get it fixed, right? So then we also introduce something about our email, that is @Thabar.edu, when you will get what will be its how you will be getting and how you are accessing it. Okay, next is Zoom and Google. Why we introduce this? Because some of your classes may happen through this, some of the lectures may go through this, so you need to know the actual process, how you are going to connect and participate in that meeting. So our digital ecosystem actually built around email. Email is our core identity through which we are connecting, and we have Thabar LMS account that we will be sending to you shortly. And then we have a Thabar e-ticket system where you can get the online support. Right, so here I just want to explore that during this is admission time right now, still admissions are going on, it is not final. So your personal email ID, as mentioned in your UG application form, will be used as email group communication. I think you are already getting emails from UG25@Thabar.edu. That is a group that we have formed for you for communications, right? And students cannot post communication over there. It is only for the faculty or the designated administrator who can post there, right? So you cannot post any content here. And second is learning management ID. We are sharing that with you. And then e-ticket support that you will create on your own with your email ID, right? Because that is a support system. If we provide you, if you stuck there, then it is not possible to reach out to us, right? And next is here we will be treating your application number as institute ID. Institute ID is your enrollment number, or you previously called it roll number, right? So right now your roll numbers are not allocated for the first couple of weeks. We are treating your application form number as your institute ID, and later on it will be replaced with your enrollment number once these are issued. Right, so once the admissions are over, you will get enrollment number, email ID that will replace your personal email ID. So what exactly LMS do? LMS is a customized efficient teaching and learning practices. To enhance those practices, teachers share resources, online links, videos, PPTs, URLs with you, files, etc. And they can conduct activities. Activities are the things where you need to participate. That means you have to participate in that, like attendance, like quizzes, like assignments, like for discussion. Whenever you post there, there are cutoffs, deadlines through which you need to pass. And we have actually 4 cluster server. I will show you for different department and schools. We have mentioned different cluster server because you understand there is a load of nearly 15,000 active users, right? And then we have this LMS screen. So how you can access this? It's very simple. You can open a browser and you can access that. We encourage you to go through Google Chrome, Firefox or Safari or Edge, no issue, but don't use any third party or any other browser that may have certain problems. So on mobile, it is accessible through web browser also and through mobile app also. Right, so I will show you the mobile app. And second, you can also access through PC. PC, you can download an application and you can connect with that server, so you don't need any browser or anything, and you can download your contents on your PC, and later on you can watch without internet, or you are traveling, you don't have the good internet, you can use that LMS and you can play those videos. And there is access through, this is the access through web browser. We will issue you the user ID and password later. Right now you don't want these, right? And you will directly, once you enter into the system, you will directly land on the dashboard of the LMS. Right, I will show you through some demo here. And this is the access through mobile app, right? So our LMS is based on the Moodle, right? So you need to download this Moodle app. For mobile app, you can directly see this kind of icon. And if you are on the desktop, you can download the desktop version of this mobile app, right? So why we call you to download this? Because it has the capability to download the resources on your desktop. That means you must have the storage to download the lectures, right? So next part is, if you forget the password about this, it is a do-it-yourself service. That means there is a link around just below that forgotten username and password. You can just simply click that password, and you need to get email. Just enter your email address and press search. It will send you an email on your in your inbox. You just need to read and click the link and reset your password on your own, because this learning should continue. It should be self-service, right? So okay, I just move to the I just want to give you certain demo of this LMS so as you are comfortable with this in accessing this, right? So our URL is lms.thapa.edu, right? So this will be your login screen, right? You must have a username and password to get into the system, right? So that we will share with you, right? So here there is a forward password link. You just need to enter your username or your email ID. You will get your user ID password, right? If you forget, and if you go to the thapa.edu, that is our official website. Right, So you will see here, there is also a corner here. You just scroll down. This is our web kiosk, that is our academic portal, and this is our Thapar online learning management system. Here you will see 4 different academic servers here, where these LMS servers. So EDA is for computer science, Ramanujan is for different departments and different programs, and so forth and so. So we will also share this URL with you while you are entering into the system, right? So for this, let me get into this LMS. There is also one mobile server, that is lms.thapar.edu. Right, so let me just get into the system 1 minute. This is an admin login. I will switch to the students panel. Okay, this is our LMS. Here you will see dashboard, right? Dashboard will show you the course overview like this here. And here is the semester course, right? So you just need to choose the semester code. Right now it is 25, 26 odd cell. That means this academic year is starting from the 2025 and ending in the June 2026. So its code will be 25. And next semester will be, you just simply click this and all these courses will appear, right? So under which you are enrolled, right? So let's say this is our LMS teacher training program, under which we provide content to the teachers also, so as they can post the contents, right? So let's say we get into this training program. I will show you some of the brief introduction about this through YouTube. So this way the teachers can share the resources, right? So this way you can simply play these resources on. This is a link, YouTube link shared by the teacher to their students, right? So actually, course is something through which your teacher connect with your students, right? So they can post contents, they can participate you in certain activities like quizzes, assignments, or attendance, right? So let's come back again. Here you will see there is a dashboard, there is a profile. Under the profile you can see all the courses which you have completed, and it also shows the progress through how much progress you have done through the courses. And under the details you can see your details about the courses, your login details, your browser sessions, right? All this information is there. And here you can also collaborate with your peer students as well as your faculty. If they want, they can respond in a private chat with you. And here you will get the important notification like which activity will be overdue at what time, right? And this keeps on giving you the alerts. If you have installed the mobile app and teacher has scheduled an activity for you, so you can get the notification regarding the cutoff dates, due date, reminder date, so as you contribute to that and don't miss out that activity. So this is your calendar through which you can connect and see this, right? So all these activities will be scheduled here. I will show you one here. This is one activity which was scheduled on 10th May, right? Through this course with me. So I can view this activity completely, what exactly it is. So I can directly go to that. So this is regarding LMS. So I don't show you more things. You will learn during your stay here. So you can simply log out from here. And next thing is web kiosk. Web kiosk is you can again go to the thapar.edu. You go downward, you will see web kiosk. So here you will see two links. One is web kiosk internet, and second is web kiosk internet. Internet is for transactions, where you can do the transactions like filling out your elective choices, filling out your SRS, right, where you need to submit. Okay, SRS is one of the activity I just want to highlight here, where you will you will answer, give your feedback regarding the course, how it is going, and it is done twice in a semester, before the midterm and before the end term. Right? So you need to contribute and give your feedback regarding the course, how it is going. So that will be done through the intranet, right? That will be accessible within Thapar, not outside. If you want to access outside and see your marks or grades or whatever, then you go to this web kiosk internet, right? The logins are same, the credentials are same. We will share these credentials with you through your email. So if I click on this, you will see the screen like this, right? And here we have rules where student, employees, guests and parents can vote and check your marks, check your grades, what grades you have achieved during the semester, right? So this is our academic portal through which you can connect. The next one is our for you to get a support online, right? If you don't have access or you are finding trouble in accessing something, then you can directly open an e-ticket. E-ticket is an online e-ticket support system where you can take help, right? So this is e-ticket. If you search this e-ticket.thapadori, you will get this platform. So here we don't provide users to you. You need to self-register yourself, right? So right now you don't have Thapar email IDs. So you need to register with the email ID that is mentioned in your UG form, so as we can recognize you that you are our student, right? And if you need to create your ID, we simply ask for the email ID, and we prefer to use @thapar.edu. That will be issued in a couple of weeks to you. So you create that ID once that email ID is issued to you, and if you just register here, you will get an enrollment ID here will be your UG application number. I told you earlier also your identification will be UG application ID, right? So department will be your computer science, whatever it is. So you need to just register here, and then you can open a ticket. And there are many topics regarding email address. If you stuck and forget the password of your email ID, then you are stuck with many services. So then you need to connect and open an e-ticket, and we will send you the password right away over there, and you will get an email that your password has been reset and this is your password, right? And there are other activities, like in case you are getting an issue with your Wi-Fi or connectivity with your laptop, then you can open an e-ticket under LAN Wi-Fi access issue. Under that, you can just register and give your description about that problem, and our team, it will directly go to our support team who is addressing that issue, and they will reach out to you on that particular issue. And second, further, we don't allow VPNs. If you have installed VPN, just disable it. We don't allow. And third thing, we don't allow games. An academic internet, so gaming is not allowed in our internet, so don't push anybody or write infrastructure. So that we need and restrict some certain URL and certain applications that will do. You can check it out, any academic. This is an academic network, this is not a general network, right? So we need to have certain restrictions. Those are built around us from the compliances. Those are either government compliances or the student compliances, right? So this is all about e-ticket. And if you have online classes, you need to have a Zoom application installed all the time, and we prefer to connect it through your email ID, that is thapar.edu, so as you will be recognized, and we always prefer you to use that ID whether you are connecting to a meeting of Thapar University or going for an internship and connecting with some corporate house like placements or something for internships. Then use that ID, and that will be issued to you. So steps are very simple. I think you can just scroll down and simply sign in. And we generally recommend it that you go and log in with, because it will ask for the age. Based on the age, it will give you the access. Once you enter into the system, it will ask for the credential, and there is a below icon, there is a G icon below, as our email is Google account. So you can use that Google account for authentication of this Zoom, right? So you need to just simply click the Google icon G, select your email address from the drop down, so as you need not to remember the credentials every time of this Zoom, right? And similar, same with the Google Meet, right? So through which you can connect. I think I just want to curtail this session in a 10-15 minutes, because you are already it is quite it's already 3 hours for sitting, so it's some time. If you have any question, we can take it. Any questions? No? I think that is done, right?
Thank the caliber of the faculty who will be mentoring you and the ocean of opportunities that lie ahead. I would like to extend my heartfelt thanks to our esteemed faculty by taking the time to provide us with these words of wisdom. We are glad to have you as our backbone.
Hello. Good afternoon, freshers. To introduce myself, I am Pranay Mathur. I am the overall student coordinator for Frosh. So, what is Frosh? After जो अगला पूरा month है, we have planned activities and events for each and every one of you. So, a brief introduction about myself. I am a 4th-year student in my last semester. I have been placed. तुम सबका आज फर्स्ट डे है कॉलेज का, एंड अभी तुम सबके दोस्तों के ग्रुप्स बन रहे होंगे, एंड तुम सब बहुत सारे से सपने लेकर आए होंगे कॉलेज के लिए कि तुम कॉलेज लाइफ जियोगे. मैं तुम सबको एक दिल से बात बताता हूँ, द कॉलेज लाइफ इज वेरी शॉर्ट. फ्रॉश के इवेंट्स लगाओ, दोस्तों के साथ लगाओ, टिकट्स बुक करो, दोस्तों को साथ लेकर आओ. To introduce our faculty, we have our faculty president, Mr. Hindar Joshi.
I am Dr. Hindar Joshi. I am a professor in the Department of EC, and I am looking after this society, Frosh Society, since last 7 to 8 years. And we are here for you. And this basically we are only giving some advice and signing some applications and permissions. All the activities that is organized here, managed here, that is by the student team only. So hats off to the Frosh Society. This event gets successful in the first day, and many more things are waiting for you. And now I will hand over to our faculty advisor, Rohit Singla.
Yes, hello students. I am Dr. Rohit Kumar Singla. I am from Mechanical Engineering Department. I joined the Frosh mentorship this year only. And I'm looking at these events are happening from the last many years, and these are very wonderful events. You will enjoy, you will interact with each other, and you will connect, and you will find a good friend from these events. Okay, so that later on you find that you will see that from the Frosh event, these activities you met and you are there from the last 20 years or 30 years, you will be connected. So wish you all the best, and stay with us for the next 2 weeks. From the 18th April, from the 18th onward, you will have academic session, but Frosh team will be there with you always throughout this. Okay? And last event of this Frosh team will be the society events, where you will be introduced with each and every society. Then later on, you can choose a society for your choice. Now I'll hand over to Dr. Tarun Bhatia.
Hello everyone, I am Tarun Bhatia, working as Associate Professor in Department of Computer Science and Engineering. I could hear many questions from AI, ML and other fields. They have expertise in data structure and algorithms, and along with that in artificial intelligence and machine learning. So technical part we'll talk about here in the next 4 years, but these few days are your days. So you actually experience college life here, not from teacher point of view, from student point of view. So they have worked wholeheartedly in your summer vacations about planning those activities, games and other things for you. So I hope every one of you will be part of one or other technical, non-technical workshops and come up with the talent other than that of academics. All the best for your journey here and wish you all the best.
Good afternoon, students. You had a very long lecture since morning. So I'm Dr. Jyotsna from Department of Biotechnology. You will be going through large number of events and workshops which the students from the Frosh team have organized. So we hope that this will lead to a smooth transition from the high school to the college life. So give your best, enjoy and have a smooth 1 month so that you can start studying and you can involve in other activities later on. So all the best.
All information you are getting through the email and Instagram.
And web kiosk also. I hope our schedule is already there on your web kiosk or LMS.
Thank you so much, ma'am. I request all of you to be seated. Please don't move. I request all of you to be seated. So freshers, we have a whole bunch of events lined up for you for the next 2-3 weeks. Today we have an orientation session organized in 2 slots. The first one starts at 3:30 and the second one starts at 6 p.m. I request you all to be on time, and all the other event schedule is present on the website. You all can check through that.
I request everyone to be seated over there. So, hello freshers. Where's the energy? Hello? Right. So, we have great fun events lined up for you and we'll be telling you about them in the orientation session in the evening. So, how many of you are interested in sports? Yeah. So, you'll be having sports events, game events, various carnival events, society events. So, you will have to attend those events. They are fun. We are planning great events for you all. I request you please be seated over there. How many of you play online games? PUBG,
Valorant.
yeah, Valorant. You have events for that as well. So, where's the excitement? Are you excited for that?
I request all of you to be seated for a while. Now I request the left column students to start getting up line by line. Please move line by line.